Hello, check, check, hello, hello, check. Good morning to all of you. I welcome you all to the inauguration ceremony of 12th KSTA National Conference on Science and Technology for Startups 2022. I request everyone to raise and welcome our honorable guests onto the dais. I request all the dignitaries to please come on to the dais. Namaste. Good morning to all of you. Brahmanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Gnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadrisham Tattvamasya Laksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. At the outset, I submit my reverential pranams to the lotus feet of His Holiness Padma Bhushana, Dr. Shri Shri Shivakumara Mahaswamigalu and Shri Shri Siddhalinga Mahaswamigalu of Shri Siddaganga Math, Tumakuru. I welcome you all to the inauguration of the 12th KSTA National Conference on Science and Technology for Startups, organized by Karnataka Science and Technology Academy, Government of Karnataka, in association with Siddaganga Technology Business Incubator, Siddaganga Institute of Technology, Tumakuru. Prayer. Prayer is the exercise of faith, hope, and means of sustaining our faith. Prayer is an invocation that seeks to activate a rapport with the supreme powers through deliberate communication. I call upon Ms. Shruthi, student of School of Architecture Society, to invoke divine blessings by reciting a vachana of Shri Basavanna.
ನೀರಿಗೆ ನೈದಿಲೆ ಶೃಂಗಾರ ನೀರಿಗೆ ನೈದಿಲೆ ಶೃಂಗಾರ ಸಮುದ್ರಕ್ಕೆ ತೆರೆ ಶೃಂಗಾರ ಸಮುದ್ರಕ್ಕೆ ತೆರೆ ಶೃಂಗಾರ ನೀರಿಗೆ ನೈದಿಲೆ ಶೃಂಗಾರ ನಾರಿಗೆ ಗುಣವೇ ಶೃಂಗಾರ ಗುಣವೇ ಶೃಂಗಾರ ನಾರಿಗೆ ಗುಣವೇ ಶೃಂಗಾರ ಗಗನಕ್ಕೆ ಚಂದ್ರಮನೆ ಶೃಂಗಾರ ಗಗನಕ್ಕೆ ಚಂದ್ರಮನೆ ಶೃಂಗಾರ ನೀರಿಗೆ ನೈದಿಲೆ ಶೃಂಗಾರ ನೀರಿಗೆ ನೈದಿಲೆ ಶೃಂಗಾರ ಸಮುದ್ರಕ್ಕೆ ತೆರೆ ಶೃಂಗಾರ ನೀರಿಗೆ ನೈದಿಲೆ ಶೃಂಗಾರ ಕೂಡಲ ಸಂಗನ ಶರಣರ ನೊಸಲಿಗೆ ಕೂಡಲ ಸಂಗನ ಶರಣರ ನೊಸಲಿಗೆ ವಿಭೂತಿಗೆ ಶೃಂಗಾರ ಕೂಡಲ ಸಂಗನ ಶರಣರ ನೊಸಲಿಗೆ ವಿಭೂತಿಗೆ ಶೃಂಗಾರ ನೀರಿಗೆ ನೈದಿಲೆ ಶೃಂಗಾರ ನೀರಿಗೆ ನೈದಿಲೆ ಶೃಂಗಾರ ಸಮುದ್ರಕ್ಕೆ ತೆರೆ ಶೃಂಗಾರ ನೀರಿಗೆ ನೈದಿಲೆ ಶೃಂಗಾರ ನೀರಿಗೆ ನೈದಿಲೆ ಶೃಂಗಾರ ನೀರಿಗೆ ನೈದಿಲೆ ಶೃಂಗಾರ.
Thank you, Shruti. Janani Janma Bhumischa Swargadapi Gariyasi. This quote from Ramayana claims that mother and motherland are superior even to heaven. Now, let's pay our tribute to our motherland Karnataka through Nada-geethe. I request Ms. Anaga Prasad and team to present Nada-geethe.
जय भारत जननीय तनुजाते जय हे कर्नाटक माते जय भारत जननीय तनुजाते जय हे कर्नाटक माते जय सुंदर नदी वनಗಳ ನಾಡೆ जय हे रस ಋಷಿಗಳ ಬೀಡೆ जय भारत जननीय तनुजाते जय हे कर्नाटक माते ಭೂದೇವಿಯ ಮಕುಟದ ನವಮಣಿಯೇ ಗಂಧದ ಚಂದ್ರದ ಹೊನ್ನಿನ ಗಣಿಯೇ ರಾಘವ ಮಧುಸೂದನರವತರಿಸಿದ ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ತನುಜಾತೆ ಜಯ ಹೇ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮಾತೆ ಜಯ ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ತನುಜಾತೆ ಜಯ ಹೇ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮಾತೆ ಶಂಕರ ರಮನುಜ ವಿದ್ಯಾರಣ್ಯ ಬಸವೇಶ್ವರ ಮಧ್ವರ ದಿವ್ಯಾರಣ್ಯ ರಣ್ಯ ಷಡಕ್ಷರಿ ಪೊನ್ನ ಪಂಪಲ ಕುಮಿಪತಿ ಜನ್ನ ಕುಮಾರ ವ್ಯಾಸರ ಮಂಗಳಧಾಮ ಕವಿ ಕೋಗಿಲೆಗಳ ಪುಣ್ಯಾರಾಮ ನಾನಕ ರಾಮಾನಂದ ಕಬೀರರ ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ತನುಜಾತೆ ಜಯ ಹೇ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮಾತೆ ಜಯ ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ತನುಜಾತೆ ಜಯ ಹೇ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮಾತೆ ಸರ್ವ ಜನಾಂಗದ ಶಾಂತಿಯ ತೋಟ ರಸಿಕರ ಕಂಗಳ ಸೆಳೆಯುವ ನೋಟ ಹಿಂದೂ ಕ್ರೈಸ್ತ ಮುಸಲ್ಮಾನ ಪಾರಸಿಕ ಜೈನರುದ್ಯಾನ ಜನಕನ ಹೋಲುವ ದೊರೆಗಳ ಧಾಮ ಗಾಯಕ ವೈಣಿಕರ ರಾಮ ಕನ್ನಡ ನುಡಿ ಕುಣಿದಾಡುವ ಗೇಹ ಕನ್ನಡ ತಾಯಿಯ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ದೇಹ ಕನ್ನಡ ನುಡಿ ಕುಣಿದಾಡುವ ಗೇಹ ಕನ್ನಡ ತಾಯಿಯ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ದೇಹ ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ತನುಜಾತೆ ಜಯ ಹೇ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮಾತೆ ಜಯ ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ತನುಜಾತೆ ಜಯ ಹೇ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮಾತೆ ಜಯ ಸುಂದರ ನದಿವನಗಳ ನಾಡೆ ಜಯ ಹೇ ರಸ ಋಷಿಗಳ ಬೀಡೆ ಜಯ ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ತನುಜಾತೆ ಜಯ ಹೇ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮಾತೆ ಜಯ ಹೇ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮಾತೆ ಜಯ ಹೇ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮಾತೆ
Thank you, Ms. Anaga and team. Our Shastras say, Aneka samshayochedi paroksharthasya darshakam sarvasya lochanam shastram yasya nasti andha eva saha. It blasts many doubts, foresees what is not obvious. Science is the eye of everyone. Who hasn't got it is like a blind. Science and technology play a vital role in our daily lives as they make our life simpler, faster, and safer. Science and technology have facilitated human life and made us feel comfortable and enabled us to lead contemporary way of life. We must acknowledge the efforts, inventions, and discoveries made in the interest of the entire human race and to make the world a better place. With a mission to play a pivotal role in science promotion, technology dissemination, and fostering innovations for societal welfare, Karnataka Science and Technology Academy thrives to nurture and enable knowledge, science, and technology for all. In this context, it's time to acknowledge the valuable contribution of KSTA and pay tribute to all scientific minds behind it, contributing to the society. Now, we shall all witness the Karnataka Science and Technology Academy song.
ಜನಜೀವನವನು ನೂತನಗೊಳಿಸಿದೆ ಅನುಪಮ ಜ್ಞಾನ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ವಿನೂತನ ತಂತ್ರಜ್ಞಾನ ಕರುನಾಡನ್ನು ಪ್ರಗತಿಗೆ ನಡೆಸಿದೆ ಇಂದಿನ ಜ್ಞಾನ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ನಮ್ಮ ವ್ಯೋಮ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ಯುಗ ಯುಗ ಈ ಜಗ ಹೇಗೆಂಬ ಚಿಂತನೆ ಹೊಸ ಅಧ್ಯಯನಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರೇರಣೆ ತಂತ್ರಜ್ಞಾನದ ಶೋಧನೆ ಮಾನವ ಚರಿತೆಗೆ ಜ್ಞಾನದ ಬೋಧನೆ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದ ಅನ್ವಯ ಜೀವಿಗಳ ಸಂರಕ್ಷಣೆ ಓಹೋ ಜ್ಞಾನವೇ ಶೋಧನೆ ಓಹೋ ಜ್ಞಾನವೇ ಸಾಧನೆ ಜ್ಞಾನ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ಸಂವರ್ಧನೆ ಓಹೋ ಜ್ಞಾನವೇ ರಂಜನೆ ಓಹೋ ಜ್ಞಾನವೇ ಪ್ರೇರಣೆ ನಿರ್ಮಲ ಬಾಳ ಉದ್ದೀಪನೆ ಅನುದಿನ ಅನುಕ್ಷಣ ಹೊಸ ಅನ್ವೇಷಣೆ ಭಾರತದ ಸಿರಿ ಸಾಧನೆ ಶಾಂತಿ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಸಂವರ್ಧನೆ ಕೃಷಿ ಕೈಗಾರಿಕೆ ಕಂಡು ಸಂಶೋಧನೆ ನಾಡ ಮುನ್ನಡೆಯ ನಿಶಾನೆ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದೆಂಬ ಭಾವನೆ ಓಹೋ ಜ್ಞಾನವೇ ಶೋಧನೆ ಓಹೋ ಜ್ಞಾನವೇ ಸಾಧನೆ ಜ್ಞಾನ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ಸಂವರ್ಧನೆ ಓಹೋ ಜ್ಞಾನವೇ ರಂಜನೆ ಓಹೋ ಜ್ಞಾನವೇ ಪ್ರೇರಣೆ ನಿರ್ಮಲ ಬಾಳ ಉದ್ದೀಪನೆ.
Thank you. Karnataka Science and Technology Academy was established in the year 2005 to promote the development of science and technology in the state of Karnataka, encourage basic science education, and to popularize science among students and general public. Among the many initiatives of KSTA, Annual National Conference is the most celebrated event in the KSTA calendar. It provides a platform for creating awareness among general public with regard to applications of science and technology in different sectors of the societal development. Insightful talks by leading scientists and scholars on various science and technological developments, as well as harnessing science and technological applications for sustainable development of the state, are organized during different sessions of the conference. As we mark the moment of inauguration of the 12th edition of KSTA National Conference, I appeal to Dr. Ramesh, CEO, KSTA Bengaluru, to welcome the august gathering.
ಗುಡ್ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಆಸೀನರಾಗಿರುವ ಗಣ್ಯರೇ, ಆಹ್ವಾನಿತರೇ, ಪ್ರತಿನಿಧಿಗಳೇ, ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ, ಮಾಧ್ಯಮ ಮಿತ್ರರೇ, ತಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ಮತ್ತು ತಂತ್ರಜ್ಞಾನ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿ ತಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ತಿಳಿದಿರೋ ಹಾಗೆ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ಮತ್ತು ತಂತ್ರಜ್ಞಾನ ಇಲಾಖೆಯ ಅಂಗಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯಾಗಿ 2005ರಲ್ಲಿ ಪದ್ಮವಿಭೂಷಣ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಯುವರ್ ರಾವ್ ಅವರ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಆಯಿತು. ಪ್ರಸ್ತುತ ಖ್ಯಾತ ಕೃಷಿ ತಜ್ಞರಾದ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಎಸ್ ಅಯ್ಯಪ್ಪನ್ ಅವರ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿ ಮುನ್ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿ ಕಳೆದ 17 ವರ್ಷಗಳಿಂದ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ಮತ್ತು ತಂತ್ರಜ್ಞಾನವನ್ನು ಜನಸಾಮಾನ್ಯರತ್ತ ಕೊಂಡೊಯ್ಯುವ ವೈಜ್ಞಾನಿಕ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣವನ್ನು ಸದೃಢಗೊಳಿಸುವ ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಗೂ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತು ಜನಸಾಮಾನ್ಯರಲ್ಲಿ ವೈಜ್ಞಾನಿಕ ಜಾಗೃತಿಯನ್ನು ಮೂಡಿಸುವ ಹಲವಾರು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನು ರಾಜ್ಯಾದ್ಯಂತ ಬಹಳ ಯಶಸ್ವಿಯಾಗಿ ಕಳೆದ 17 ವರ್ಷಗಳಿಂದ ಆಯೋಜಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅವುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಮುಖವಾದದ್ದು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ಮತ್ತು ತಂತ್ರಜ್ಞಾನ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿಯ ಸಮ್ಮೇಳನ. ಈ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಮುಖ ಸಮ್ಮೇಳನ 12ನೇ ಸಮ್ಮೇಳನವನ್ನು ತುಮಕೂರಿನ ಪ್ರತಿಷ್ಠಿತ ತಾಂತ್ರಿಕ ಮಹಾವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯ ಸಿದ್ಧಗಂಗಾ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿಯ ಸಹಯೋಗದೊಂದಿಗೆ ನಡೆಸಲಾಗ್ತಿದೆ. ಇನ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮೊದಲು ಸಹ ತುಮಕೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾನ್ಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹಲವಾರು ಬಾರಿ ಪ್ರಸ್ತಾಪ ಇತ್ತು. ಅದು ಸಮ ಕೂಡಿ ಬಂದಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಸರಿ SITಗೆ ಪತ್ರ ಬರೆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಒಪ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಹಳ ಅದ್ಭುತವಾಗಿ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಆಯೋಜನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಕ್ಷಿಯಾಗಿ ಬಾಲ್ಕಲಿನೂ ಸಹ ಪ್ರತಿನಿಧಿಗಳು ಕೂತಿರೋದೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಕ್ಷಿ. ಈ ಸಮ್ಮೇಳನಕ್ಕೆ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ವಿವಿಧ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯ, ಕಾಲೇಜು ಮತ್ತು ಸಂಶೋಧನಾ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳಿಂದ ಅಧ್ಯಾಪಕರು, ಸಂಶೋಧನಾ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು, ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ಆಸಕ್ತರು ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈ ಸಮ್ಮೇಳನದ ವೈಶಿಷ್ಟ್ಯ ಅಂದರೆ ಡಿ ವಿ ಜಿ ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಕಗ್ಗದ ಒಂದು ಸಾಲಿದೆ, ಹೊಸ ಚಿಗುರು ಹಳೆ ಬೇರು ಕೂಡಿರಲು ಮರ ಸೊಬಗು ಅಂತ. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಹಿರಿಯ ಶ್ರೇಷ್ಠ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನಿಗಳ ಮತ್ತು ಯುವ ಸಂಶೋಧಕರ ಒಂದು ಸಂವಾದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ವೇದಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ಕಲ್ಪಿಸಿಕೊಡೋದೇ ಈ ಒಂದು ಸಮ್ಮೇಳನದ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲದೆ ಸಂಶೋಧಕರು ಭೌತ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ, ಗಣಿತ, ರಸಾಯನ, ಜೀವವಿಜ್ಞಾನ, ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಮತ್ತು ಅನ್ವಯಿಕ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನಗಳ ಸಂಶೋಧನೆಯ ಫಲಿತಾಂಶಗಳನ್ನು ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಪೋಸ್ಟರ್ ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಈ ಅನುವು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಇದಲ್ಲದೆ ನವೋದ್ಯಮಗಳು ಸಹ ತಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಈ ಸಮ್ಮೇಳನದ ಹೊರಾಂಗಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಏರ್ಪಾಡು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ಸುಮಾರು 33 ಸಮ್ಮೇಳನಗಳನ್ನು ರಾಜ್ಯದ ವಿವಿಧೆಡೆ ಆಯೋಜಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ 12 ಪ್ರಧಾನ ಸಮ್ಮೇಳನಗಳು, ಇವತ್ತು 12ನೇ ಸಮ್ಮೇಳನವನ್ನು ನವೋದ್ಯಮಗಳಿಗೆ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ಮತ್ತು ತಂತ್ರಜ್ಞಾನ, ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಫಾರ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಸಪ್ ಎಂಬ ವಿಷಯದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಆಯೋಜನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಈ ಒಂದು ಅರ್ಥಪೂರ್ಣ ಸಮ್ಮೇಳನವನ್ನು ಉದ್ಘಾಟಿಸಲು ಜನಪರ ಕಾಳಜಿ ಹೊಂದಿರುವ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಯುವ ರಾಜಕಾರಣಿ, ತುಮಕೂರಿನ ಜನಪ್ರಿಯ ಶಾಸಕರಾದ ಶ್ರೀ ಜ್ಯೋತಿ ಗಣೇಶ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರು ತಮ್ಮ ಹಲವಾರು ಕೆಲಸಗಳ ಒತ್ತಡದ ನಡುವೆ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಆಗಮಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದು ನಿಜಕ್ಕೂ ಅವರಿಗೆ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ಮತ್ತು ತಂತ್ರಜ್ಞಾನದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇರುವ ಆಸಕ್ತಿ ಮತ್ತು ಕಾಳಜಿಯನ್ನು ಎತ್ತಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ತದೆ. ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯರಿಗೆ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿ ಪರವಾಗಿ, SIT ಪರವಾಗಿ ಹಾಗೂ ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಗೌರವಪೂರ್ವಕ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಬಯಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಈ ಸಮಾರಂಭದ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷತೆಯನ್ನು ವಹಿಸಿರುವ ಹಿರಿಯ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ತಜ್ಞರು ಮತ್ತು ಶ್ರೀ ಸಿದ್ಧಗಂಗಾ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಕಾರ್ಯದರ್ಶಿಗಳಾದ ಶ್ರೀ TK ನಂಜುಂಡಪ್ಪ ಸರ್ ಅವರಿಗೂ ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಹೃದಯಪೂರ್ವಕ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಬಯಸುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಈ ಸಮಾರಂಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಧಾನ ಭಾಷಣವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಲಿರುವ ಖ್ಯಾತ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನಿ, ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ತಜ್ಞರಾದ, ತಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತು, ರೆಡ್ಡಿ ಶಾಕ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಜನಕರಾದ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ KPJ ರೆಡ್ಡಿ ಸರ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿ ಪರವಾಗಿ, ಸಿದ್ಧಗಂಗಾ ತಾಂತ್ರಿಕ ಮಹಾವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಹಾಗೂ ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಗೌರವಪೂರ್ವಕ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಬಯಸ್ತೇನೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ನಾಡಿನ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯ ಕೃಷಿ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನಿ, ಭಾರತೀಯ ಕೃಷಿ ಅನುಸಂಧಾನ ಪರಿಷತ್ತಿನ ನಿವೃತ್ತ ಮಹಾನಿರ್ದೇಶಕರು ಹಾಗೂ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿಯ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾದ ಪದ್ಮಶ್ರೀ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ S. ಅಯ್ಯಪ್ಪನ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಹಾರ್ದಿಕ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಬಯಸುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಈ ಸಮ್ಮೇಳನವನ್ನು ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದ ಜೊತೆ ಈ ಮಹಾವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದ ಜೊತೆ ನಡೆಸಲು ಅನುವು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟ ಈ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಕಾರ್ಯನಿರ್ವಾಹಕ ಕಾರ್ಯದರ್ಶಿಗಳಾದ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ್ ಅಯ್ಯ ಸರ್ ಅವರಿಗೂ ಸಹ ಹಾರ್ದಿಕ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಕೋರ್ತೀನಿ. ಈ ಸಮ್ಮೇಳನದ ಆಯೋಜನೆಗೆ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನ ನೀಡಿರುವ ಮತ್ತು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣ ಸಹಕಾರವನ್ನು ನೀಡಿರುವ ಈ ಮಹಾವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದ ಪ್ರಾಂಶುಪಾಲರಾದ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ SV ದಿನೇಶ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರಿಗೂ ಸಹ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಕೋರುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಈ ಸಮ್ಮೇಳನಕ್ಕೆ ಅಹರ್ನಿಶಿ ಶ್ರಮಿಸಿರುವ ಮಿತ್ರರಾದ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಲೋಹಿತ್ ಅವರಿಗೂ ಸಹ ಹಾರ್ದಿಕ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಕೋರ್ತೀನಿ. ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಉಪಸ್ಥಿತರಿರುವ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಪ್ರಭುಶಂಕರ್, ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಶಶಿಶೇಖರ್, ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಸುಮತಿ, ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಪುನೀತ್, ನಮ್ಮ ಸಹೋದ್ಯೋಗಿ ಮಿತ್ರರಾಗಿದ್ದ ಹಾಗೂ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶಕರಾಗಿರುವ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಶ್ರೀಕಂಠ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಅವರು ಉಪಸ್ಥಿತರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಸಹ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಕೋರ್ತೀನಿ. ನಮ್ಮ ಕರೆಗೆ ಓಗೊಟ್ಟು ವಸ್ತು ಪ್ರದರ್ಶನದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರದರ್ಶನ ಮಳಿಗೆಯನ್ನು ಏರ್ಪಡಿಸಿರುವ ಎಲ್ಲ ನವೋದ್ಯಮಗಳ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳಿಗೂ ಸಹ ನಮ್ಮ ಆತ್ಮೀಯ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಹಾಗೆ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲ ತಜ್ಞರಿಗೆ, ಆಹ್ವಾನಿತರಿಗೆ, ಅತಿಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ, ಪ್ರತಿನಿಧಿಗಳಿಗೆ, ವಿಜ್ಞಾನಾಸಕ್ತರಿಗೆ, ಬೋಧಕೇತರ ಸಿಬ್ಬಂದಿಗಳಿಗೆ, ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರಿಗೆ ಹಾಗೂ ಪತ್ರಿಕಾ ಹಾಗೂ ವಿದ್ಯುನ್ಮಾನ ಮಿತ್ರರೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಸಹ ಆತ್ಮೀಯ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಬಯಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಈ ಸಮಾರಂಭದ ಆಯೋಜನೆಗೆ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣ ಸಹಕಾರ ನೀಡಿದ ಈ ಮಹಾವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದ ಆಡಳಿತ ಮಂಡಳಿ, ಬೋಧಕೇತರ ಸಿಬ್ಬಂದಿ ವರ್ಗ ಹಾಗೂ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಕೋರುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಕೊನೆಯದಾಗಿ ಪ್ರತ್ಯಕ್ಷವಾಗಿ ಹಾಗೂ ಪರೋಕ್ಷವಾಗಿ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಆಯೋಜನೆಗೆ ಸಹಕರಿಸಿದ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಸಹ ಸ್ವಾಗತ, ಸುಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಜೈ ಹಿಂದ್, ಜೈ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ.
ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನ ಆತ್ಮೀಯವಾಗಿ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸಿದ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ರಮೇಶ್, ಮುಖ್ಯ ಕಾರ್ಯನಿರ್ವಹಣಾಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳು KSTA, ಇವರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕವಾದಂತಹ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಬಯಸುತ್ತೇವೆ. Karnataka, in the forefront of the technological revolution, is uniquely placed in the Indian science map, with institutions both governmental and corporate, expertise of the yesteryears and energy of today's youth. Along with the existing schemes, KSTA provides an opportunity to embark on new programs, address new sciences, kindle interests, enable researchers, develop great linkages and formulate networks, build academia-enterprise bridges, communicate science more effectively through new technologies in all disciplines of science and branches of technology. KSTA plays a role of a think tank, facilitator, promoter, consultant, incubator to spread the flavor of science and scientific temper in all, achieving synergy for wholesome scientific solution for a better tomorrow. Now, I call upon Dr. B.G. Premasudha, Professor and Head, Department of MCA, SIT, to introduce the Chairman of Karnataka Science and Technology Academy, Professor S. Ayyappan.
Good morning to one and all. Dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. It is my immense pleasure to introduce Padma Shri Dr. S. Ayyappan. Dr. Subbanna Ayyappan, Chairman, Karnataka Science and Technology Academy, Bengaluru, is popularly known as crop and environmental scientist. He handled several key positions in various government organizations related to agricultural sciences. In addition to serving as Director General of ICAR, he was the first non-crop scientist to head the organization. He was instrumental in bringing about the Blue Revolution in India. Dr. S. Ayyappan was born in 1955 at Alkere, Karnataka. He holds a PhD degree from Bengaluru University and a master's degree in fish production and management from the College of Fisheries at Bengaluru. He has published several research papers in the areas of fisheries, limnology, and aquatic microbiology. He has over 200 publications in reputed journals and books. He also has 2 patents and 1 design in his name. Dr. Ayyappan has guided 23 PhDs, 8 master's degree students, and has been confirmed Doctor of Science from 11 universities in the country. He has made significant contributions in administration and research management to the National Agricultural Research System. He was the founder and first Chief Executive Officer of the National Fisheries Development Board at Hyderabad. When he was the Director General at ICAR, he launched several new initiatives such as National Initiative on Climate Resilience Architecture, Consortia Research Platform, Farmer First, Student Reddy, Attracting and Retaining Youth in Agriculture, Agri-Tech Foresight Center, National Agri Innovation Fund, National Agri Science Fund, and many more to his accomplishments. His achievements in the field of fisheries research, education, and development have received international acclaim. To mention a few, Professor Ayyappan has been invited to serve as member or chairman on the boards of several international institutions and organizations such as Network of Aquaculture Centers in Asia Pacific at Bangkok. Sir, little more. No,
Thank you very much.
Sorry, sir. In the year 2022, the Government of India conferred the Padma Shri Award Dr. S. Ayyappan for his distinguished service in science and engineering. It is in recognition of his contribution to India's Blue Revolution as a respected agricultural scientist, aquacultural scientist.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you, one and all.
Thank you. Thank you very much, madam. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳು. ಮೊಟ್ಟ ಮೊದಲಿಗೆ ಶ್ರೀ ಸಿದ್ಧಗಂಗಾ ಮಠದ ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿಯವರಿಗೆ ಭಕ್ತಿಪೂರ್ವಕ ಪ್ರಣಾಮಗಳು. ಮತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಇಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನನ್ನ ಶುಭಾಶಯಗಳು, ಅಭಿನಂದನೆಗಳು. Since this is a national conference and also being live streamed on the YouTube, I request you to permit me to speak in English. ಮಧ್ಯ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಈಗ ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಅಯ್ಯಪ್ಪನ್ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಯಾರು ನನ್ನ ಕನ್ನಡದವನು ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಬಾರಿ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ನಾನು ಕನ್ನಡದವನೇ, ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದವನೇ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಬಹಳ ಮೊಟ್ಟಮೊದಲಿಗೆ ಬಹಳ ಕೃತಜ್ಞತೆಗಳು ನಮ್ಮ ಸಿದ್ಧಗಂಗಾ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿಗೆ, ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿಗಳಿಗೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿರುವ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥಾಪಕ ವೃಂದಕ್ಕೆ, ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಇರುವ ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ಶಾಸಕರು ಶ್ರೀ ಜ್ಯೋತಿ ಗಣೇಶ್ ಅವರು ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಬಿಡಿಲ್ಲ ಸಮಯ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಬೇಡಿ ಅಂತ, ಆದರೆ ಹೇಳಲೇಬೇಕು ಸರ್. ತಾವು ಈ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿನ, ಈ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು, ಸ್ವತಃ ಎಂಜಿನಿಯರು. ಸೊ ಇವತ್ತು ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಯಾವುದೇ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತು ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದರೆ ಲೋಕಪ್ರಿಯ ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ಶಾಸಕರು, ನೀವು ನಮ್ಮ ಮಧ್ಯ ಇರೋದು ನಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸ್ಫೂರ್ತಿಯಾಗಿದೆ. ನಿಮಗೆ ಮೊಟ್ಟ ಮೊದಲಿಗೆ ಬಹಳ ಕೃತಜ್ಞತೆಗಳು. ಎಸ್ಟೀಮ್ಡ್ ಚೀಫ್ ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ and he is also inaugurating the conference, Honorable Member of Legislative Assembly of Government of Karnataka, Shri Jyothi Ganesh ji, the keynote speaker, very distinguished professor from the Department of Aerospace, Indian Institute of Science, Professor KPJ Reddy ji. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ನಾನು ಇನ್ನೂ ಒಂದು ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷತೆ ವಹಿಸಿರುವ ನಮ್ಮ SITಯ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೆಕ್ರೆಟ್ರಿ ಮತ್ತು ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಗೌರವಾನ್ವಿತ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನು ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಅದರ ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಬಿಂದುಗಳು ಆದ ಶ್ರೀ TK ನಂಜುಂಡಪ್ಪ ಸಾಹೇಬ್ರೆ, ನಿಮಗೆ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳು. ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ನಮ್ಮ CEO ಅವರು ಕೂಡ SIT ಅವರು ಒಂದು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಂದರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಫೂರ್ತಿ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಶಕ್ತಿ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಉತ್ಸಾಹ ದೊರಕತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ನಾನು ಅವಾಗವಾಗ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿಂದ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀನಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಒಂದಿನ ಕಳೆದ್ರೆ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗೋ ಎನರ್ಜೈಸ್ಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಶ್ರೀ ಶಿವಕುಮಾರಯ್ಯನವರೇ, ವಿ ಆರ್ ಮಿಸ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಟುಡೇ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಲ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ SIT, ವೆರಿ ಎಸ್ಟೀಮ್ಡ್ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ MN ಚನ್ನಬಸಪ್ಪ ಅವರು ಬೇಗ ಗುಣಮುಖರಾಗಲಿ ಅಂತ ನಮ್ಮ ಹಾರೈಕೆ. Principal of the SIT, Dr. SV Dinesh, Dr. AM Ramesh, the Chief Executive Officer of the Karnataka Science Technology Academy, Dr. CP Lohit, who is the convener, coordinator, and also I must say, a live wire, a dynamic leader who has been at the backdrop of the whole conference here. Many other colleagues who have contributed to this conference from SIT, my colleagues from different S&T organizations, including KSTA, and our esteemed faculty from the Siddaganga Institute of Technology, the student friends, you are again a source of that kind of energy for us. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and greetings. At the outset, at the cost of repetition, I would like to thank the Honorable Member of Legislative Assembly, Shri Jyothi Ganesh ji. I was telling him how badly engineering discipline is required today when we talk of science, technology, innovation, startups. Today, the 12th conference is focused on 3 words: science, technology, and startups. But for us, innovation is another word. Science is universal. Vijnana sarvatrika. The word technology is contextual. Vijnana ಮತ್ತು ತಂತ್ರಜ್ಞಾನ ಸಾಂದರ್ಭಿಕ. ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ನೋವೇಷನ್, ಅನ್ವೇಷಣೆ ಅಂತೀವಿ, ಮತ್ತು ಹೊಸ ಆಯಾಮಗಳನ್ನ ತರುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ನೋವೇಷನ್ ಇದೆ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್. ಎನಿಬಡಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಎನ್ ಇನ್ನೋವೇಟರ್. ಇಟ್ ಕುಡ್ ಬಿ ಇನ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್, ಇಟ್ ಕುಡ್ ಬಿ ಇನ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್, ಇಟ್ ಕುಡ್ ಬಿ ಇನ್ ದ ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೋ ಆನ್. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೇರ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಎಕ್ಸೈಟೆಡ್ ದಟ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ, the youth is today in large numbers at the 12th National Conference. So to all of you, greetings at the outset from the Karnataka Science Technology Academy and a great institution of Siddaganga Institute of Technology. Maybe in another, next year, as soon as next year, sir, you are going to be, 63 to 2023, that 70 years journey, and maybe another 5 years, the Amrit Mahotsava. ನಾವೀಗ ದೇಶದ ಅಮೃತ ಮಹೋತ್ಸವವನ್ನು ಆಚರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಇನ್ನು ಒಂದು 6 ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಸಿದ್ಧಗಂಗಾ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಅಮೃತ ಮಹೋತ್ಸವಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ತಿರ್ಗಾ ಪುನಃ ಈ ಥರನೇ ಸೇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಆಶಯ, ಶುಭಾಶಯ ನಿಮಗೆ. Friends, we are fortunately, I think fortunately we have come out of COVID-19. For many years we were not able to organize a conference in this mode, but today in Tumakuru, thanks to you sir, the Honorable MLA sir, and everybody here who have made Tumakuru a global, it's not just national, a global center for education, for higher education. So we are proud that we are having the 12th conference at SIT, and COVID-19 ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಬಹುಶಃ ನಾವು ಮೊಟ್ಟ ಮೊದಲಿಗೆ ಈ ಥರ ಒಂದು ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಅಧಿವೇಶನನ ಆಯೋಜಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಬಂದಿರೋದು ಬಹಳ ಸಂತೋಷ. ಆದರೆ ಇದ್ರ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲೇ ನಮಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ಅನ್ಸರ್ಟನಿಟೀಸ್, ಜಗತ್ತಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನು ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ ವಿದ್ಯಮಾನಗಳು ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಅನ್ಸರ್ಟನಿಟೀಸ್. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ದಟ್ ಅಮಿಡ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ we have to talk of the SDG 2030, Sustainable Development Goals 2030, ಸುಸ್ಥಿರ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಧ್ಯೇಯಗಳು. ಇನ್ನು 7 ವರ್ಷ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇದೆ. 17 goals we have to achieve them. So every one of us is striving to meet those goals, including this country, the great India. ಆಜಾದಿ ಕಾ ಅಮೃತ್ ಮಹೋತ್ಸವ ಸಂದರ್ಭ ಇದು. ಮತ್ತು ಆತ್ಮನಿರ್ಭರ ಭಾರತ ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಅದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಆ ಮಾತು ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ. ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ನ್ಯೂ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಪಾಲಿಸಿ ಈಗ ಹೊಸದಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು. ದೆನ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ದಿ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಇನೋವೇಷನ್ ಪಾಲಿಸಿ. ಸೊ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಮೆನಿ ಗೋಲ್ಸ್, ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಮೆನಿ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್, ವೆಹಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಟು ಗೋ ಥ್ರೂ ದಟ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವೇರ್ ವಿ ಅಗೇನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಟಾಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನೋವೇಷನ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಟೈಮ್ every one of us has a smartphone. Some of us may be having 2 smartphones. The information explosion, every minute the kind of information explosion that's happening, pushing the knowledge frontiers. Yesterday only, or maybe last week only, we were seeing, July 12th to be precise, how the new Webb telescope brought the whole of maybe Professor Reddy sir would be speaking on those aspects. I am more grounded to soil and earth. I am a farmer basically by profession. So Professor Reddy sir in the high skies would be speaking about it. But the marvels that the telescope revealed, is amazing. So this is the kind of knowledge frontiers that are being pushed. At the same time, new sciences. ಅದು ಇವಾಗ ಬಯೋಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿದ್ವಿ. ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಬಯೋಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ has become very old. It's in computational biology, synthetic biology. You talk of that kind of sciences coming every day. So they are all very big vehicles. But the challenges are this country is going to overtake China in terms of population. We are going to become the most populous nation in the world. And then the climate change we are seeing, we are experiencing every day. First time in UK, it has crossed 40 degrees Celsius. There are wildfires happening. So similarly in this country, unseasonal rains, natural resource degradation, migration from villages to cities, youngsters moving away from farms and agriculture. Now these are all some kind of challenges. So in this environment, the most common thing, most popular thing being discussed is startups. You go anywhere in the country, starting with the Honorable Prime Minister, I think Honorable Prime Minister talks about startups at least once a month. And only 15 days back he mentioned that India is the 3rd largest startup ecosystem in the world. That is the speed with which startups are being established in all aspects. It could be engineering, it could be health, it could be agriculture, it could be communication. So in all aspects, startups are being established. You remember the World Economic Forum held in Davos in the month of May, only 2 months back. There again, a lot of discussions were held with regard to startups. Now this is where we are talking of that kind of interdisciplinary convergence and how we can be complementing each other in this kind of startups. And one point that I would like to mention, because this is a special engineering college in the forefront of engineering education. In fact, I was really surprised that, ಪರಮ ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಸ್ವಾಮಿಗಳು 1963 ಎಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಬೇರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಮೇಲೆ 2nd, 3rd ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು. ಬಟ್ 1963 ಬಂದಿರೋ ಒಂದು ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಲೇಜು ಫೋರ್ ಫ್ರಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದು ನಿಮಗೆ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಕೂಡ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಈ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಸಂಶೋಧಕರ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ದ ಆವರೇಜ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ರಿಸರ್ಚರ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ ಈಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ 255 per million, 255. The global average is something like 1400. So you can imagine the kind of research intensity that we have to increase. So each faculty, each PhD student should become an active researcher. That's what is very important. So here we are talking of science and technology for startups. Now startups, again, the capital is finance, but then you require a lot of knowledge for startups. You require good science and good technology, and that's why we are talking of science, technology and innovation, and science and technology is an enterprise, and there we are aware of the risks, all kinds of issues. But then today the Siddaganga Institute of Technology Incubator has demonstrated in the last 2 years the kind of capacity that we can be building. In a rather rural area like Tumakuru, we already have 10 startups. The exhibition is going to be there to 10 startups in this brief period. We also developed a startup policy for the state of Karnataka. We said maybe 5,000 startups in the coming years. Now SIT, I'm sure, would lead the way. And then from here what we want to take is the lessons with regard to startups, the opportunities, and the way our youngsters should be going further. Sitting in a engineering college today, I'd like to ask our colleagues and the students, how many of you are ready to get into startups? How many of you will start your own startups? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. ಇಲ್ಲ ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. ಬರ್ತೀರಾ ನೀವು? Would you become entrepreneurs? You would not look for jobs. ಬಾಲ್ಕನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬ ಜನ ಕೈ ಎತ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Would you become entrepreneurs? ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ಶಾಸಕರಿಗೆ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ನಿಂದ ತಗೊಂಡೋಗಿ ಅವರು ಸಭೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. ನಮ್ಮ ತುಮಕೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಕನಿಷ್ಠ 100 ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಪ್ಗಳು ಇನ್ನು 1 ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ SIT ಆಗತ್ತಾ? ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಕೆಲಸ ಹುಡ್ಕೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಕೆಲಸ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ಸ್ ತಗೋತೀರಾ? Sure, we are recording all this, so we wish this conference would lead a way forward for our startup ecosystem, not only in this district, in the state of Karnataka, but the whole country, being the national conference. Once again, to SIT, a big salutation, and all the faculty, the kind of work that you are doing, grateful, and to all the students who are absolutely ambassadors from this university to the entire country, and many are in overseas, all over the world. To all of you, grateful, and we look forward to a new path of startups in the whole region. Thank you very much. Once again, God bless you. Best wishes.
Thank you, sir. The first step towards creating an improved future is developing the ability to envision it. Vision will ignite the fire of passion that fuels our commitment to do whatever it is to achieve excellence. Only vision allows us to transform dreams to greatness into the reality of achievement through human action. It was really great learning experience to listen to the chief architect of the 12th KSTA National Conference on Science and Technology for Startups 2022 at SIT Tumakuru. Heartfelt thanks to Professor S. Ayyappan for his introductory remarks on this occasion. Siddaganga Institute of Technology takes pride in organizing this national conference at SIT Tumakuru. SIT has been a pioneer institute offering engineering education in Karnataka since 6 decades. I request our beloved principal, Professor S.V. Dinesh, to present an overview of our institute.
At the outset, pranams to His Holiness Sri Sri Shivkumar Mahaswamiji and Sri Sri Siddaganga Mahaswamiji, distinguished guests on the dais and off the dais, delegates for the 12th National Conference on Science and Technology for Startups, my dear students and faculty colleagues, very good morning to all of you and hearty greetings from SIT Tumakuru. So, my duty is to present an overview of SIT Tumakuru. I will make a brief presentation about the various developmental activities of SIT. Yes. First of all, I would like to give a brief introduction about MUT. This is a view of the Sanskrit College, which was established in the year 1917. And perhaps this is the biggest Sanskrit college in the country, where the enrollment is more than 10,000 plus. Now we also see former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee, and then former President Abdul Kalam ji, and present Prime Minister Shri Modi ji visiting his Sri Mutt and spending time with His Holiness. Mutt was established in the year 14th century. The motto is service to mankind. Guiding principles are Kayaka and Dasoha, coined by none other than the 12th century social reformer Sri Basaveshwara. And Sanskrit College was established in the year 1917, and admission was open to students from all castes and communities for learning Sanskrit. Mutt also runs Sri Siddaganga Gurukula. Mutt runs about 125 educational institutions, mostly in rural areas, under Sri Siddaganga Education Society. I'm also happy to inform you, Mutt provides shelter to elders who are out of their homes there. It's a great service. And also for orphans also. Every year, Mutt organizes agricultural and industrial exhibition for the benefit of rural mass, particularly farming community. Every day, about 2,500 pilgrims and general public visit Sri Mutt are all provided with free food, and Mutt with open hands, it welcomes the travelers along the national highway to visit Mutt, have food, rest for some time, and then proceed. This is the kind of atmosphere that is prevailing in the Mutt. Mutt runs 125 educational institutions through Siddaganga Education Society, and we will be starting Siddaganga Medical College and Research Institute shortly, and the SIT is one among the 125 educational institutions run by Sri Siddaganga Education Society. There are about 47,000 students on roll studying in various institutions run by SSCS. Yes, SIT was established in the year 1963 with 3 branches. It was in civil engineering, mechanical engineering, and electrical engineering. We are a self-financing type. The campus is 50 acres. The whole area is landscaped and is lush green. We are an autonomous institute under VTU, and we are NAC accredited institute. I am also happy to inform you that we are one among the top 100 engineering institutions in the country under National Institutional Ranking Framework of the Ministry of Education, Government of India. And we have 14 UG programs, 9 PG programs, and 15 research centers for pursuing PhD. Our management is Sri Siddaganga Education Society. It was started by His Holiness Sri Shivakumar Mahaswamigalu, and he completed 110 years on 1st April 2018, and he left for Heavenly Abode on 21st January 2019. And presently our management, the SSCS, is headed by His Holiness Sri Siddhalinga Swamiji. National level ranking, accreditation, awards and recognition, we are continuously participating in the NIRF ranking right from 2016. We had at the 70th position, and recently in 2022 we are at 97th position. We are all our programs are MBA accredited, all UG courses, 3 to 4 cycles completed, and we figure in the AICTE CIS survey in the gold category. And SIT is also beneficiary of the Technical Education Quality Improvement Program for Phase 1 and Phase 2. Under Phase 2, We also received a Center of Excellence in Nanotechnology from the MHRD Government of India.
We figure in the performer band category in the adult ranking of institutions and innovation achievements. We are in the Diamond College rating as per QS iGauge rating. Last year, SID was one among the 49 institutes selected in the country for establishment of AICTE Idea Lab. Idea Lab is basically a fab lab as a central facility for converting ideas into products, and it is open to all students of all years, industry and neighboring institutes also. And the next thing is, I am happy to inform you that Nidhi ITBI is granted by DST with a funding of rupees 5 crores to support agri startups, that is in the 2022-23 year. And also, we are part of the AICTE Light program to offer minor degree in web development. We have 14 courses right from civil engineering, and the latest one is computer science and engineering with specialization in artificial intelligence and machine learning with a total intake of 1,090. We have 9 MTech programs with an intake of 282 students there, intake ratio. We have fairly good infrastructures. We have adequate classrooms, 135 labs. We have good internet facilities, 1 Gbps lease line, 33 computer centers are there, 2,500 computers. Our campus is Wi-Fi enabled. All classrooms are equipped with LCD projectors, smart boards, high-tech seminar halls in all the departments. Library and Information Center, we have adequate titles and volumes there. We have a digital library. We are a member of the video consortium for e-resources. The library works from 8 a.m. to 12:30 past midnight, but during examinations we keep it open 24/7. Coming to infrastructure, sports facilities, we have adequate sports facilities. Hostels, we have 6 hostel blocks, 4 for boys and 2 for girls. Other amenities are all present in our hostels there. Curriculum design, I am happy to share with you, our curriculum is very dynamic. Outcome-based education is implemented. We have a new age curricula in all the programs. This is multidisciplinary in nature. We have provision for honors degree. Mini and major projects are made available. Industry-relevant electives are taught and are continuously revised. There is provision for self-learning, and we encourage activity-based learning. NEP is under implementation, where provision for minor degrees, wellness courses, MOOCs are all made available. We also have ability enhancement courses under NEP. In addition to this, we also teach in cutting-edge areas such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, Industry 4, robotics, 5G, edge computing, big data, cloud computing, blockchain, augmented and virtual reality, IoT, EV, additive manufacturing, and many modern tools and techniques are covered in the curriculum apart from the regular fundamental courses and electives in the domain areas. And teaching quality is adherence to academic calendar. We implement various pedagogical initiatives, support weak and bright students. Student feedback is taken on a continuous basis. Next slide, please. Our performance in the final year is very good. We are above 95% consistently. Faculty strength, we have 299 faculty. Faculty with PhD are 154, roughly 50% of our faculty are with PhD degree. And we have a healthy faculty student ratio of 1:14, though AICTE stipulates 15. And we have a target of all our faculty to be PhD holders by 2027. We have various faculty development initiatives there. We depute faculty for full-time basis for a PhD program with financial support. We have an in-house faculty development program of 1 week duration since 1991. This is the brainchild of our director, Dr. M. Chennabasappa sir. We depute faculty to workshops and conferences and seminars. We also have a policy to depute for postdoctoral fellowships in well-known universities abroad. We also provide assistance for organizing conferences and workshops. We provide seed grant for faculty research, incentives for publications, authoring books, funded projects and patents. We also have a scheme for short-term deputation to industries, and we made NPTEL course of 1 course per year is mandatory for all our faculty members. Research and development. Our faculty have considered research as an integral part, and they are actively working on these areas, 14 different areas across various departments. We have 8 specialized labs for research. Next slide, please. We have 15 research centers, and 115 students have been awarded PhD degree, and presently 153 scholars are pursuing, and we have 1,400 plus publications in these research centers. Next one, please. Publications. Since 2012, we have a total publication of 1,858 under Scopus, 1,136 under Web of Science. Good citations there. And our faculty are also working on sponsored projects by various funding agencies at both national and state level. We have a total funding amount of 10.91 crores now, and we have filed 9 patents, and granted bar published are 8 in numbers. Next one, please. Industry Institute interaction. These activities are increased number of industry guest lectures, introduction of industry-specific courses in the curricula, industry-specific software in the curricula, joint MTech projects with industry, student internships, and industry-sponsored projects, courses offered by industry experts, industry visits, workshops and training programs in association with industry, laboratories established in association with industry, MOUs with industry, and we also have a policy for appointment of adjunct faculty from industry bar academia, and we also encourage co-teaching from industry expert. This is partial delivery of courses, 4 to 6 hours industry experts would come and teach in the various courses. This is there in most of the courses in our institute. Then what we do, we closely interact with various industries. With Cisco, we have a Cisco day every Friday. This is for 6th semester. All afternoons we have tech talk sessions and assignments and industry problems to students for gaining hands-on experience. And we have industry internship opportunity with Cisco. We also interact with Wipro 3D. We have a additive manufacturing and additive engineering course offered as elective subject for 45 hours of duration for mechanical engineering students with partnership with Wipro 3D. We also interact with Samsung R&D. We have collaboration for research activity in the area of AI, 5G, communications, IoT and multimedia. And with Dell, we have a women empowerment, exclusive women internship program is offered to SIT girl students. We also have interact with DNV Mumbai. We established a risk management center. This is from the Department of Chemical Engineering in association with Institute of Chemical Engineering, Kolkata. Then Toyota Gosai also we have an understanding for upskilling, the technical upskilling and internship opportunities in IM and mechanical engineering departments. We also interact with Autoliv. They have set up a design unit in SIT Incubation Center to generate ideas and practical solutions from young students in the auto industry domain. We interact with Tata Consultancy Services, Tata Technologies, Peridian, Google Cloud Computing. They are offering Google Cloud Computing certification courses, Thought Focus Friday afternoon tech sessions, and collaboratively work on industry problems for hands-on experience. Student support system. We have a mentoring system. We have a long-way learning laboratory for them.
NPTEL videos, access to NDLI, digital library, and I am happy to inform you, our management, our alumni are providing scholarships to socially and economically challenged students. We offer career guidance, training and placement, counseling for higher studies. We have set up 4 labs for skill development, and we also have active student clubs. So these, as part of the skill development initiatives, we have set up these 4 labs there: E-Yantra lab, Do Engineering lab, Skill Development lab, and also Communication Engineering lab. Coming to campus placements, I am happy to inform you for the 2022 batch, the total number of offers made are 1,365. In terms of offers, this works out to be 120%, where we have 1,100 final year students both at UG and PG level. The offers are 1,365. Total number of companies visited are 250. The maximum salary offered was 31.57 lakh per annum from Amazon. But for the year 2023, as an yesterday, total number of offers made are 65. All are with a CPA above 10 lakhs. Only 7 number of companies have visited. The maximum salary is offered is 46.54 lakhs, and our recruitment process for 2023 started only on 5th July 2022. Next one, please. These are our esteemed recruiters. We have, you name any MNC, they are there as part of our recruitment process. Yes, please. Support and encouragement to participate in national level competitions. We support our students there. They participate in Baja every year. They participate in IEEE activities, industry-based competitions, Smart India Hackathon. We also send our students for national and international level conferences. Next one, please. We have a Siddaganga TBI. I will not discuss more about this. My colleague Lohit will provide more details about this. Next one, please. Best practices for students. We have 6 weeks industrial training, SIT scholarship for economically and socially challenged students, provision for research component at UG level, cash award and certificate for students having 100% attendance, tutorials involving bright students of the same class, project exhibitions and best project awards are there, employability training for all students, publications by PG students. We have a student healthcare insurance policy which also covers accident also. We provide medical facilities on campus. Next one, please. For faculty, deputation for higher studies for both their PhD degree and also for postdoctoral research. In-house faculty development programs, budgetary provision for R&D grants, incentives for faculty publications and sponsor projects. Yoga classes are also there for both students and faculty also. Only thing is they have to make use of this. Our campus has a lot of green initiatives. We have energy conversation. We maintain this Shri Shivkumara Swamiji Biodiversity Park. We have rainwater harvesting scheme, solid waste management is also there with us, and sewage treatment plant. All of these green initiatives are there. And our faculty have won awards and accolades there. I am happy to inform you for the past 3 years, our faculty are awarded with best PhD thesis awards there. Next one. And our faculty have won the postdoc fellowship for research in abroad universities there. 4 of our faculty recently were awarded postdoc fellowship there. Yes. And our students have also won prizes in various competitions held at IITs there. Yes, our students participate in Team Auto Architects every year and management supports them. So this is a brief activity, in brief, the activities of SIT Tumakuru. Thanks for your patience hearing, and I wish all the delegates will have a comfortable stay in our institute for the next 2 days, and also have fruitful discussions for the next 2 days. Thank you one and all.
Thank you for presenting an overview of our institute, sir. With an intention to foster innovations, facilitate technology transfer, help commercialization of technological ideas into products and become the leader in technology incubation, contributing to the quality of life and economic growth of the nation, STBI, Siddaganga Technology Business Incubator, was conceived in the year 2019 at SIT campus. Siddaganga TBI is here to help and promote venture creation and economic development by providing affordable workspace, shared facilities, counseling, training, information and access to professional networks for selected entrepreneurial groups. I call upon Dr. C.P. Lohit, Faculty Coordinator, STBI, SIT, and convener of 12th KSTA National Conference on Science and Technology for Startups, to introduce about the activities of STBI.
Good morning, one and all. At the outset, I submit my humble pranamas at the lotus feet of His Holiness, Dr. Shri Shivakumara Swamigalu, and His Holiness, Shri Siddaganga Swamigalu. It gives me an immense pleasure in standing before all of you to share about Siddaganga Technology Business Incubator and also summary report about the conference. Before I share about STBI, let me speak about the innovation and entrepreneurship activities that has been carried out for the last 10 years, so that we can say the milestone of SIT with respect to innovation and entrepreneurship. Yeah, next slide. Yeah, so in 2008, Entrepreneurship Development Cell was started with a grant of rupees 8 lakh from AICT in New Delhi. 50 workshops on entrepreneurship has been carried out till date, out of which 35 are DST-sponsored EACs, Entrepreneurship Awareness Camps of 3 days each. In 2015, New Age Incubation Network, 9 center were established with a funding support for, from the Department of IT-BT, Government of Karnataka, to help students, innovators. 10 ideas every year with a support of 3 lakh per idea was given till 2019. In 2018, Institute Innovation Council, IIC, it's an initiative of MHRD, started in our SIT. We had a progressive ratings over year by year. In 2018-19, we got 1 star, 2019-20, 2 star, and 2021, 3 star. And ARIA, Atal Ranking of an Institution on Innovation Achievements, we are in 2019-20 Band B, that is 26th, 50th position. Then 2021, we are a band performer. So this is the milestone which we achieved. In 2018, MSME Business Incubator status was given from Ministry of MSME, Government of India, to support entrepreneurs, and a grant of rupees 42.72 lakhs from Karnataka Council for Technological Upgradation was Government of Karnataka to set up our incubation center at SIT. Next. On November 13th, 2019, we started our formal TBI, which was started with our inauguration by His Holiness, so which at a cost of around 1.8 lakh. Siddaganga Incubation Foundation was Section 8 company. These are the directors of our Siddaganga Incubation Foundation and esteemed board members. The chaired by our M.N. Vidyashankar, the retired IAS officer, former Chief Secretary, Government of Karnataka. We did around 40 different webinars, workshops, seminars related to innovation, entrepreneurship, and IPR till date. And these are the state-of-the-art facilities which we are having at our Siddaganga TBI. And 2019, and from 2019 onwards, so due to the pandemic and all, but we kept on having all these operations in the form of webinars and so many conferences, so many kind of workshop related to innovation and entrepreneurship. We started with two startups, and these are the 10 startups which we are having till date. So these are the list of startups which we are having in our Siddaganga TBI. And these are the logos of respective startups which we are having in our TBI. And Autoliv, a corporate company, has entered into our incubation center, wherein they're working on R&D center, wherein the students of our college will be working on their new product development activities. Yeah, coming to this, as our principal already mentioned, we got a sanction from NIDI, ITBI, DST, Government of India, to set up Agri TBI at a cost of around 5 crore. So here there will be, this is a project duration of 3 years. So with ignition grant or seed funding support for about 1.5 crore distributed among 30 agri startups. So these are the glimpses of how we can make our, incubation center more inclined towards agri startups. And coming to this, the final thing, the KSTA conference. So the theme of the purpose of keeping this theme, science and technology for startups, already our chairman of KSTA, Dr. Ayyappan, has already mentioned how this is relevant, how science and technology innovation is very much needed for the existing startups. Startups are helping our nation in making our country proud. There are many schemes like Startup India, Make in India, Atmanirbhar. On the occasion of this 75th years of anniversary, Amrit Mahotsav, we thought that this theme would definitely motivate young minds to think of using science and technology for startups on their own. So this is the relevancy of this conference. And coming to this, we had around different, the startup stalls. Yeah, so we had around 92 papers presented in the form of posters, out of which 16 from physical, mathematical and interdisciplinary, 31 from chemical and life sciences and 45 from engineering. So they were, presented their work in the form of posters. All these papers are presented in the form of posters on 19th July, yesterday. 6 external judges, 2 for each stream, have evaluated the work done by all the applicants. And first, second and third prize for the best project work presented through the posters will be awarded in the valedictory program, that is on 21st July. So apart from this, we have 10 startup stalls. So stalls has been reserved for 10 startups to exhibit their ideas, products and offerings. Apart from this, so there are 4 different highly distinguished speakers addressing on 20th July, out of which one session is a panel discussion with young non-metro entrepreneurs, that is from Bengaluru chapter. And there are 4 more sessions on 21st July, that is tomorrow, which will also be addressed by a pool of highly distinguished speakers, out of which one session is an activity-oriented session, startup thinking, and another a panel discussion with successful entrepreneurs and corporates. So this is all about, brief summary of STBI and also our conference. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lohit. Vayunam shodakaha vrikshaha roganam apakarakaha tasmat ropanam rakshanam cha hitavaham. Trees purify the air and are helpful in driving away diseases. Therefore, planting and protecting the trees is beneficial for the living beings. Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritangamaya. Lead us towards ultimate truth through knowledge. With this humble intention, I request our proud alumnus of SIT and a popular leader, Shri Jyothi Ganesh, Member of Legislative Assembly Tumakuru, to light the lamp and water the plant, marking the inauguration of the conference. I request all the guests on the dais to join for the event.
शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणं आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धि विनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोस्तुते दीपज्योतिः परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपज्योतिः परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपो हरतु मे पापं सन्ध्यादीपनमोऽस्तुते ओ दीपब्रह्मरूपस्त्वं ज्योतिषां प्रभुरव्ययः ओ दीपब्रह्मरूपस्त्वं ज्योतिषां प्रभुरव्ययः आरोग्यं देहि पुत्रांश्च मतिं स्वच्छामि मे सदा
I request Mr. Anand and team of KSTA, Dr. Anand and team, to please join for the group photo of the inauguration. Dr. Loganandan, Dr. Anand, KVK, please join us for a group photo.
शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धि
is requested to join the photo.
शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः.
Thank you, dignitaries. Now, without any delay, I request Shri G.B. Jyothi Ganesh, MLA Tumakuru, to deliver inaugural address.
ಪರಮ ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಲಿಂಗೈಕ್ಯ ಶ್ರೀ ಶ್ರೀ ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ ಮಹಾಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿಗಳವರನ್ನ ನೆನೆಯುತ್ತಾ ಈ ಒಂದು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾದಂಥ ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ಶ್ರೀ 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 ಸಿದ್ಧಲಿಂಗ ಮಹಾಸ್ವಾಮಿಗಳವರ ಪಾದಾರವಿಂದಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಸ್ಕರಿಸುತ್ತಾ 12ನೇ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಕಾನ್ಫರೆನ್ಸ್ KSTಯಿಂದ ಆಯೋಜನೆಗೊಂಡಂಥ ಈ 12ನೇ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಕಾನ್ಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಉಪಸ್ಥಿತರಂತ KSTಯ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರು ಹಿರಿಯರು ಆದಂಥ ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಎಸ್ ಅಯ್ಯಪ್ಪನ್ ರವರೇ, ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಕೀನೋಟ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರುವಂಥ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ KPG ರೆಡ್ಡಿ ಸಾಹೇಬ್ರೆ, ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷತೆ ವಹಿಸಿದಂಥ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಕಾರ್ಯದರ್ಶಿಗಳು ಹಿರಿಯರಾದಂಥ TK ನಂಜುಂಡಪ್ಪ ಸಾಹೇಬ್ರೆ, ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಉಪಸ್ಥಿತರಂತ ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ CEO ಹಿರಿಯರಾದಂಥ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ ಸರ್ ಅವರೇ, ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಾಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಂಶುಪಾಲರಾದಂಥ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ SV ದಿನೇಶ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರೇ, ಮತ್ತು KSTಯ CEO ಆತ್ಮೀಯರಾದಂಥ ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ರಮೇಶ್ ರವರೇ, ಮತ್ತು ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಇರುವಂಥ ರೋಹಿತ್ ರವರೇ, ಈ ಒಂದು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಅಧ್ಯಾಪಕ ವೃಂದದವರೇ ಮತ್ತು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ ಮತ್ತು ವಿವಿಧ ಕಾಲೇಜುಗಳಿಂದ ಬಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಐ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಆಲ್ ದಿ dignitaries who have come from different places to attend this national conference ಮತ್ತು ಮಾಧ್ಯಮದ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ, ಇವತ್ತು ಈ ಒಂದು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆನಲ್ಲಿ 30 ವರ್ಷದ ಹಿಂದೆ ನಾನು ಈ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ಗೆ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕಲ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ಗೆ ನಾನು ಸೇರಿದೆ. ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ 30 years ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಎ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಇಯರ್, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್, ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ 30 years ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ 1992. ಸೊ ಅವತ್ತಿಂದ ಇವತ್ತಿನವರೆಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ನೋಡಿದೀವಿ. ಆಸ್ ಎ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಪರ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಕೆಲವು ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ನಾನು 5 ನಿಮಿಷದ ಮೇಲೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಕೀ ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರೆಡ್ಡಿ ಸಾಹೇಬ್ರು ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಅವ್ರು ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಕು. ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಮೋರ್ ದನ್ 5 minutes. ಸೊ ಆಸ್ ಎ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ನನ್ನ ಅನುಭವ ಏನು, ಅಂಡ್ ನಾನು ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ವಿದ್ಯಾಸಂಸ್ಥೆನ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿ ಆಸ್ ಎ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಪಾಸ್ಟ್ 30 years ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ 1 or 2 minutes ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್. ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಇವತ್ತೇನಾರ ಇಡೀ ವಿಶ್ವದಲ್ಲೇ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರ್ IT ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿದ್ಧಗಂಗಾ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಸಿದ್ಧಗಂಗಾ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿಯ ಪಾತ್ರ ತುಂಬಾ ದೊಡ್ಡದು ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಮೊದಲನೇದಾಗಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಚ್ಛೆ ಪಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಅರ್ಲಿ 60s SIT was started in 1963. So the kind of people it has provided to the industry, to the global industry. So ಇದರಿಂದ ಖಂಡಿತವಾಗಿಯೂ ಸಿದ್ಧಗಂಗಾ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಒಂದು ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದದಿಂದ ಇವತ್ತು ವಿಶ್ವದೆಲ್ಲೆಡೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕಕ್ಕೆ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿಗೆ ಮಾನ್ಯತೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿದ್ಧಗಂಗಾ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಪಾತ್ರ ತುಂಬಾ ದೊಡ್ಡದು ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ, ಇಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತಹ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಹಿರಿಯ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ಗಳು, ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್ ಇನ್ SIT ಫ್ರಮ್ 1970s 80s. ನನಗೆ ಗುರುಗಳಾದಂತ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಕೆಳಗೂ ಕೂತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅವತ್ತಿಂದ ಇವತ್ತರೆಗೂ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಬದಲಾವಣೆಗಳು ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರೋದು ಕಮ್ಮಿ, 70s 80s, ನಾನು 90s ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಅವತ್ತು ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ ಬೆಲೆ ಇತ್ತು, ಇವತ್ತು ತಲೆ ಇರೋವನಿಗೆ ಬೆಲೆ, ಆ ಒಂದು ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಒಂದು ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ಎನ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಒಂದು ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ there is a widespread recognition for skills and human capital in the global environment right now. ಸೊ ಈ ಒಂದು ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳು ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ, ದಿ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಪ್ಟಿವ್ ಇನೋವೇಷನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಗ್ಲೋಬಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿಕಲ್ ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ನ ಇಟ್ ಹಸ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್ ಔಟ್ಡೇಟೆಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ರಿಡಂಡೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳು ಇವತ್ತು ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ಇವತ್ತು KSTA ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ಅಯ್ಯಪ್ಪನ್ ಅವರು, ರಮೇಶ್ ಅವರು, they have collaborated with SIT in taking this initiative to see that the students are fit for the global environment. So ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ ಏನೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಅದೇ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ. ಈ ಒಂದು ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಒಂದು ಎನ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ there is lot of expectation from students. Ultimate requirement of any student is placement. ನೀವು in between whatever process you do, ultimate requirement or intention of any students who join the institution is placement. ಸೊ ಈ ಒಂದು ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ತರ ಬದಲಾವಣೆಗಳು ಜಾಗತಿಕ ಮಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಾಗ್ತಿದೆ, ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ, ಅವನ್ನೆಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ KSTA ಇಸ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸಿಂಗ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಸ್ ಶುಡ್ ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಅಡಾಪ್ಟ್ ಟು ದೋಸ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಒಂದು ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ಸ್. ಇವತ್ತು ಒಂದು ರ್ಯಾಡಿಕಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ನಾವು ಕೂಡ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ತಿರುವಂತ ಒಂದು ಕ್ರಿಯೆ ಇದೆ, ಅದು ಕೂಡ ರ್ಯಾಡಿಕಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು. ನಾವು ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋದ್ರೆ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಔಟ್ಡೇಟೆಡ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಔಟ್ಡೇಟೆಡ್ ವರ್ಡ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತಹ ಎಷ್ಟು ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳು ಕಳೆದ 20 ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಚ್ಚೋಗಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇದರಿಂದ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ರಿಲೆವೆಂಟ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಮೈನ್ ಮಿಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್. ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ರಿಲೆವೆಂಟ್, ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ರಿಲೆವೆಂಟ್, ನಮ್ಮ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ರಿಲೆವೆಂಟ್, ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಓವರ್ ದೇ ಶುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ರಿಲೆವೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ಸ್, ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಔಟ್ಡೇಟೆಡ್. ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಔಟ್ಡೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ಸ್. ದೋಸ್ ಹು ಟೀಚ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದೋಸ್ ಹು ಲರ್ನ್. ಇವತ್ತು ಟೀಚ್ ಮಾಡೋರಿಗೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಒಂದು ಶಕ್ತಿ ಇದೆ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡೋರು, ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ದಿ ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ SLC ಅಂಡ್ PUC ನಮ್ಮ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬರುವಂತ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಟೀಚ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ಸಡನ್ ಆಗಿ ಗ್ರಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. That should be, I think, new education policy they are addressing. And those who recruit and those who seek jobs. This is a big sad word out here. Bridging the gap between the industry requirements and student output quality ಎಂದು ಇದು ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಇವತ್ತು ನಡೆಯುತ್ತಿರುವಂತಹ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಅಪ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಡೆಯುತ್ತಿರುವಂತಹ ಈ ಒಂದು ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಕಾನ್ಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ಶುಡ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಇಟ್ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದೋಸ್ ಹು ಫ್ರೇಮ್ ದಿ ಪಾಲಿಸೀಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದೋಸ್ ಹು ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ವಿತ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್. ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾಂಶುಪಾಲರಾದ ದಿನೇಶ್ ಅವರು ಮತ್ತು ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನದಾಗಿ ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ ಸರ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ, ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಟಡೀಸ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಇಂಟು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರೇಷನ್. ಸೊ ದೋಸ್ ಹು ಫ್ರೇಮ್ ಪಾಲಿಸೀಸ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ರ್ಯಾಪಿಡ್, ತುಂಬಾ ಸ್ಲಿಕ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ದೇ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ಕ್ವಿಕ್ ಇನ್ ಅಡಾಪ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಔಟ್ಡೇಟೆಡ್, ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ನಾಟ್ ರಿಲೆವೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಇಷ್ಟು ಮಾತನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ, ಟು ಬಿ ರಿಲೆವೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ರಿಲೆವೆಂಟ್ ಟು ದಿ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ. ಸೊ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಮುಂಚೆ ನಾನು ಓದ್ತಿರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ 4 ವರ್ಷ ಏನ್ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಇತ್ತು ಅದು ಮಾತ್ರ 4 ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಓದ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ತಿರ್ಗಾ ದುಡ್ಡೆಲ್ಲ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇಷ್ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ಟ್ರೈನ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್ ದಿ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್. ಬಟ್ KSTA ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋದು everything should be integrated within the 4 years of the syllabus. Everything should be integrated. But ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಮೆಂಟಾಲಿಟಿ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೋ ಇಲ್ವೋ ಅದು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ PUC ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರುವಂತವರು ಆ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಆ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗ್ರಾಸ್ಪ್ ದಿ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಅಟ್ ವಿಚ್ ದಿ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡಿಂಗ್ ಆಲ್ ದಿ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ದಿ ಏನೊಂದು ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ರೀತಿ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡೋದನ್ನ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಜನ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗೆ ಅದು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಗೆ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಇದೆಯೋ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಕಾಯೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಇವತ್ತು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳು ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಇವತ್ತು ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ದಿ KSTA should help the institutes and students to be relevant and fit in the current industrial scenario. So ಈ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಆಲ್ ದಿ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ ನೀಡ್ಸ್. ಇವತ್ತು ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳು ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಸ್ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ನಾವು 25 ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ. 95-96 ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಂತ ಕೇವಲ 2 ಡಿಜಿಟ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಸ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಆದ್ರೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಥ್ರೂಔಟ್ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಎಷ್ಟು ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಲೇಜು ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಪ್ರೊಲಿಫರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಮುಚ್ಚೋಗ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಸ್, ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್. ಈ ಒಂದು ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳು ಇರುವಂತಹ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳು ದೇ ಶುಡ್ ಅಪ್ಡೇಟ್ themselves to be relevant in the industry and update the content so that the student who study the content they will be relevant in the industry. So ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ಕೂಡ ಇವತ್ತು ಇನೋವೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ತುಂಬಾ ಮುಖ್ಯ. ಇವತ್ತು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಅಪ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲದ 90s ಅನ್ನೋದಾಗ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಮರೀಚಿಕೆ ಇತ್ತು. ಇವತ್ತು ವಿತಿನ್ ದಿ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಇಟ್ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಎನಿ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಇವತ್ತು ಗೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಇವತ್ತು ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ, ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ, ಜಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ, ಫ್ಯಾಕಲ್ಟಿ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ ಆಗೋಗ್ತಿದೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ಎಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಅಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದಿರಾ, ಎಷ್ಟು ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಪೇಪರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಿರಾ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಪೇಟೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಫೈಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದಿರಾ, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎನಿ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಟು ಬಿ ರೆಕಗ್ನೈಸ್ಡ್ and the students who study there in that institution is also will be relevant if all these things are incorporated in the institution. So ಈ ಒಂದು ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಅಪ್ should be well groomed and students ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ನಮ್ಮ ಅಯ್ಯಪ್ಪನವರು 8 ಜನ ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರಿನರ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಸೀದಾ ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರಿನರ್ ಹೋಗಬೇಡಿ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರಿನರ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ದಿ ವಾಟರ್. ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಯಾವ ಫಾದರ್ ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಟ್ಟರು ಅಂತ ಯು ಕಾಂಟ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ದಿ ಮನಿ. ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಫಂಡರ್ಸ್. ನಿಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ ದುಡ್ಡು ತಾಯಿ ದುಡ್ಡು ಯಾರು ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸಬೇಡಿ. ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಫಂಡರ್ಸ್. ನಿಮಗೆ ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಏನ್ ಏರಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಅಪ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಇನ್ ದಟ್. ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಫಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಸ್ ಇಂದ ಅಥವಾ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಈಗ KSTA ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಫಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಶುಡ್ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಅಪ್ಸ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ಫಂಡೆಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದೇ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ವೆಲ್ ಟ್ರೈನ್ಡ್. ಅದನ್ನ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಅಪ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಆ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಲೋಕಲ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ವಿತಿನ್ ದಿ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್, ಇಫ್ ಎನಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್, ಸೊ ಯುವರ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಅಪ್ ವಿಲ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ದಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಎಕನಾಮಿಕಲಿ ಅಂಡ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಆರ್ಥಿಕವಾಗೂ ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲಿ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ದಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಅಪ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್. ಸೊ ಯಾವ್ದನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಅಪ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಎ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಅಂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು. ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಯೂಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್. ಅವಾಗ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಅಪ್ ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಎಕನಾಮಿಕಲಿ ವಯಬಲ್. ಅವಾಗ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಅಪ್ ಈಸ್ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಈ ಒಂದು ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಉತ್ತಮವಾದಂತ ಒಂದು ಇನಿಷಿಯೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ, ಇದು ಒಂದಿವ್ಸ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, SIT ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಥ ಸಾವಿರಾರು ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ದಿವಸ ನಡೀತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಎ ವಿಸಿಟಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕಲ್ಟಿ ತರ ವಿಸಿಟಿಂಗ್ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಇದು. ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್, ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಟೆಡ್. ಈ ತರ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಟೆಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್. ಅವಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಖಂಡಿತವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಜಾಗತಿಕ ಮಟ್ಟ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನ ಹಳೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಯಾಗಿ ಶಾಸಕನಾಗಿರೋದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಕಸ್ಮಿಕವಾಗಿ ಇವತ್ತು ತುಂಬಾ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ. 30 ವರ್ಷದ ಹಿಂದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ಗೆ, ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕಲ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ಗೆ. ಇವತ್ತು 30 ವರ್ಷದ ನಂತರ ಇವತ್ತು ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಇವತ್ತು ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದನ್ನ ನೆನ್ಸ್ಕಂತ ಈ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿಗಳವ್ರನ್ನ ಜ್ಞಾಪಿಸ್ಕಂತ ಈ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ಗುರುಗಳನ್ನ ಮತ್ತು ಅಧ್ಯಾಪಕರನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಇವತ್ತು ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಈ KSTA 2 ದಿವಸ ಒಂದು ಕಾನ್ಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಜೀವನದ ಒಂದು ಕೆರಿಯರ್ಗೆ ದಿಕ್ಸೂಚಿ ಆಗಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ನಾನು ಮಾತು ಮುಗಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
Thank you, sir, for your motivational words. The Institute acknowledges your kind and constant support to your alma mater. Now I call upon Dr. Poornima Hiremath, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemical Engineering, SIT, to introduce the chief guest of the occasion, Dr. KPJ Reddy.
Good morning, everyone. I am profoundly delighted to take an opportunity to introduce the chief guest for the day, Professor KPJ Reddy. Professor KPJ Reddy received master's degree from Mysore University in 1975 and PhD degree from Birla Institute of Technology, Ranchi, Mesra in 1981 and joined the Department of Aerospace Engineering, Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. He has held many positions, including the post of Senior Professor, Dr. Satish Dhawan, ISRO Chair Professor and HAL Chair Professor before retiring in 2018. Professor Reddy has worked in many areas of research, majorly in hypersonic, shock waves, chemical kinetics, lasers, photonics, biophotonics, and nonlinear optics. He has published more than 300 technical papers in international journals and conferences, and has about 30 patents in these areas of research. Professor Reddy has established very strong research group in IISc consisting of more than 50 people in the area of hypersonics and shock waves and related fields. He has built many unique and first of their kind experimental facilities for high-speed testing. Two of his recent inventions are named after him as Reddy Tube and Reddy Tunnel, which have become part of the UG courses in India and abroad. He has guided about 27 PhD and 6 MSc engineering graduates. Professor Reddy has organized many prestigious international conferences and workshops and served as the member of international advisory boards for many such international conferences. Professor Reddy has also been editor-in-chief for international journals like International Journal of Hypersonics and is a member of the editorial boards for the Shockwaves Journal, Journal of Indian Institute of Science and Journal of Engineering Physics and Thermophysics. Professor Reddy is the founder president for Research India and the elected president of International Shockwave Institute at Nagoya, Japan for 2 terms. He has received honor diploma for Minsk International Forum on Heat and Mass Transfer, Minsk, Belarus, and IISc Alumni Award for Excellence in Engineering Research in 2010. He was an adjunct professor of Advanced Technology, Pune. Recently, sir has received Lifetime Achievement Award from Bangalore Management Association. Professor Reddy has many inventions to his credit and is a chairman, Master Group of companies consisting of many startup companies, namely Superwave Technologies Private Limited, Shri Engineering Innovations Private Limited, Wavefrag Technology Private Limited, and Shock Fluid Design Technology Private Limited. Sir is also the founder of Science City of India, coming up near Chalkere, Chitradurga district, in about 11,000 acres of land, and H. Narsimhaya International Science Club near Gauri Bidnor, Chikballapur district, in about 206 acres of land. With this brief introduction, I request Professor KPJ Reddy, sir, to kindly take over.
Thanks for the lengthy introduction. So, my suggestion before I start, please avoid reading this full whatever brief things we give, because the organizers ask. So, my suggestion is please underline 3-4 lines and say that, because we don't come here to be publicizing about ourselves. It is more to say what we know a little bit, okay? So, thanks anyway. So before I start, I would like to thank the organizers and the administration of SIT Tumakuru, KTA people. And I don't want to spend time talking about each one. Another suggestion I would like to say is, people like us, we have a tendency to not give up the mic. Kannadalli Maikasuru antaralva hange. So for them, please put a watch, a clock there, kindly. ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ, ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಅಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಕ್ಲಾಕ್ ಹಾಕಿ. ನನಗೆ 30 ನಿಮಿಷ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋ ಜೋಶಲ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನು ನೋಡಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಎದುರಾಗಿ ಕಾಣಬೇಕದು. ಸೊ ಇವೆಲ್ಲನೂ ನನ್ನ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ ಮಿ ಬಿಗಿನ್. Today's whatever few words I'll say is meant to be for the people who are not the front benches, because I get scared of the people in the front bench. It is the back benches. They are the assets of this country. So therefore I will address them, because I was one of them like that. So once I came to Tumakuru first time in life, I went in front of this SIT. So I thought how great it would be to be a student here. But I was not destined, because I had 35% in PUC. Please mark this, I am a 35% scorer at PUC, okay? So no way that I could enter SIT. So all these things are I am mentioning, taking my examples and telling about what companies I have begun, what track I had, so that I give inspiration to people who have not done well in their studies. So let me go back. So afterwards, then I went to BSc, then did my MSc Physics and all that thing, then went to PhD and all that, then came to IISc, joined. I come from a very, very rural background. I was really keen on doing agriculture, but somehow my father kicked me into education. I never had interest in it. But one thing I learned, please mark this point, anything I learned, on the evening of that day I used to think, what is the use of thing what I learned today? If the teacher taught me the mathematics, I used to think, why was I taught this? So this is the mindset you must have. Don't study for study's sake. You must always think, what should I do? What is the use of learning this? And my father was a great farmer without reading all that. So if I have studied, I should be better than him in some way. This is the attitude you must develop. Just to recapitulate, such a 35% boy, what I have done. First, I realized Karnataka should be put as a world map technology center. And that should be my area, like Tumakuru district and neighboring district. So I got the first opportunity. I put Chalkere into the world map. This is 11,000 acres. I created a Science City of India. This reason is I saw Japan came up after Second World War destruction. It came up into the world technological leadership only because of one thing, they built Tsukuba Science City near Japan. So I have been City of India, invitee. This reason is I saw Japan came up after Second World War, so I know them very intimately. So I realized if I don't build such a science city in India, we shall never be good in technology. So that's how 2009, thanks to Yedyurappaji, in fact, I met him about 2 months ago in a meeting, we were chief guests. I reminded him, it is your contribution to Karnataka. Today you go there, we have 5,000 acres of, unmanned aircraft testing, 3,000 acres of atomic, this thing, I will not call it as bomb, uranium enrichment. Then we have 500 acres of, moon landing, Mars landing trials place. Then we have Indian Institute of Science, 1,500 acres. And believe me, that is what the whole world is watching every day because we have most sensitive things sitting in there. So I was so extremely lucky to get that chance to get that 13,000 acres from the government at 30,000 rupees an acre and setting up this. So this is what 35% scorer can do. Whereas, the people in the first bench, they were very, very intelligent people. Therefore, they're busy doing about themselves. They want the awards, they want, all that thing. Whereas I had nothing to offer. So I went this way. Then I realized I had a chance of winning a Nobel Prize. It's not a boast. I was a professor at University of Texas at Dallas. I did some work to develop a blue diode laser. That was, it's more like excitement for me. Then I really enjoyed it, but I was stupid enough because I'm from the village. I did not publish that. Okay, this was a blue diode laser using silicon wafer. And 2014, Japanese did that and developed the blue diode laser. He got the Nobel Prize. So since then, I feel I'm a Nobel Prize level scientist. Okay, so the connection is this. I don't want that thing to happen my children in my village areas. Therefore, I started Science Center in Gaurividnar. My vision is simple, 206 acres. It was indeed started by Shiv Shankar Reddy as a small science museum in the name of Dr. H. Narasimhaya. So when I met him, we realized that we are cousins. That was in 2016. So then he asked my help. Then I said, I have this vision. I want my village, surrounding village, farmers' children, at least one of them to get a Nobel Prize in 20 years' time. Mark this. I want my village person, our Gaurividnur area, Tumakuru district and all that, somebody should get Nobel Prize. For that, I must create this science center. Today, please go there. 216 acres has been given to me by the state government with a little bit budget. We just inaugurated 16 acres. It has incredible effect it is having onto the children from all over the world, from you say any university you mention, MIT, Princeton, every university professors right up to Nobel laureate level people, they come there, they sit under the trees and talk to my children. This is in Gaurividnar. Today, it's already world-known place and at least 300 children visit every day today. And the change in the children's mind is incredible. So I am sure in 20 years I will have a Nobel laureate coming from there and hopefully I will be alive to see that. So this is another project. Then entrepreneurship, I looked at it, I said, man, what is this thing going on? Then I looked back, I think before this, the trend began, I had already done something. I started as a theoretical physicist. I was MSc Physics, very famous in the field of biotechnology, whatever it is. But I realized my inventions or whatever it is was not useful to the country. Then I realized India may need to go to Mars, Moon, everything, because we will be doing mining on the planets outside. This mining, space mining is the subject which we need to go. For that, we need to develop vehicles. I need to go to the space. If you want to go to space, each kilogram, if I want to, I am, let's say, 70 kilos, I need to spend per kilo, 12 lakh rupees is the cost of charge, traveling charge. So no way that I can go. I have to carry my, coolies who are digging the mining and all that thing. Therefore, I had to bring down the cost of it. So I entered the field of hypersonics. In those days, India did not have anything in this field except one professor doing very small thing. So I entered, but nobody gave me money like sponsorships. This was 1999 at Indian Institute of Science. And my wife is still a great lady. She was a, additional general manager in Bell. She said, let us use our own money. So to build the laboratory, I was a theoretical physicist. So 14 years of my PF I withdrew and started the lab. Today you go to that lab. That's the #1 lab in the world, biggest in the world, okay? And I don't think, if not for that lab, we would have gone to Mars, we would have gone to Moon, okay? We have trained everybody, DRDO and ISRO. Dr. Kalam used to tell me, you are a Bhishmacharya. That was the way they used to say. We were good friends. And in IST, standard joke was, after APJ, it will be KPJ. That is my initials, okay? So it was, now again I am narrating relative to me, not to say I am great. You can achieve it. That's what I am saying. You don't have to be first ranker. You don't have to be genius. What you need to do is use common sense. So that I will call that lab as my first startup, if you want to say it. Today, people come from all over the world to see that lab, and they spend sabbatical in my lab. Let me tell you the meaning of that. Every 6 years, once we get 1 year leave to go to some developed country to improve our technology. Now, developed country professors are coming to IISc, to this lab, to improve their technology. This is what it is. So, incidents went on like this. I said, I have to really make this country really powerful and do something. So, then I was seeing, when I turned 60, about in 2013 or so, I was retired. I had another 5 years we retire at 65. I went back to my roots. That's when I started, because before that I was never going out, because I had been advised by none other than Murali Manohar Joshi ji. He was a science and technology minister. We sat together. We were great friends. He said, Professor, I will give you advice. Don't come out and get publicity. Don't come out into the open, because your life will be under threat. That is the kind of work I was doing, pertaining to missiles, pertaining to space things. So I really took seriously. So I used to have an agreement with our directors never to put me as any administrative position. No award shall be accepted, nothing. That's why nobody knew who is KPJ Reddy. So, but I enjoyed that freedom, built the system so much. Today Agni can go another 2,000 kilometers further using our technology, which I invented. Now, you can ask anybody in my area, they know about shock waves. That's because of Reddy tube, what I invented. So you just do all these things without accepting any recognition and anything, thanks to Murali Manohar Joshi ji. So let me tell you, then I realized with all this, one thing hit me. Few of my friends who dropped out of school, they were so rich. And they used to laugh at me. Yenappa kate ninge, nin hale car itkondu odaltiya, namma hatra nodidre istide aasti. So I felt, what is this thing? Education should lead to wealth. But India has this problem. Saraswati and Lakshmi ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಯಾವತ್ತೇ ನೀವು ಚರಿತ್ರೆಗೆ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಋಷಿಗಳೆಲ್ಲಾನು ಒಂದೊತ್ತು ಊಟ ಹತ್ರ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಮಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ದು ಬಿಸಾಕ್ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು. ಅವರು ಇಟ್ಕೋಬಾರ್ದು, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ ಇರ್ಕೊಡ್ದು ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ. ಇದು ಈ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಈಗಲೂ ನಡೆಯುತ್ತೆ. IISc ನಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ನಾನು ಹೋಗಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಅಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವತ್ತಿಂದ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಜನ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಲೀಗ್ಸ್ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಸಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಈಸ್ ಮನಿ ಮೈಂಡೆಡ್ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ನಾನು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಅಪ್ ಅಂತ ಹೊರಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಹೀಯಾಳ್ಸಿದ್ರು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಯು ಆರ್ ರೆಡಿ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ದುಡ್ಡು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಷ್ಟ, ಅದರಿಂದ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಸೆಟ್. So then I realized I am retiring in another 5 years. ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಬ್ಬಾ ಅಂದರೆ few lakhs. I said, is this the way the life has to go? I decided then and there, ನಾನು ರಿಟೈರ್ ಆಗಿ ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋಗೋ ಹೊತ್ತಿಗೆ 100 ಕೋಟಿ ರೂಪಾಯಿ ನನ್ನ ಅಕೌಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ. So that's when I started my startup. I had to fight 2 years with IAC to get the permission to do the startup. But finally, Balram was the director. He was retiring on that day. He said, he signed it and KP, I am signing this and go to hell. This was his blessing to me. Okay, startup anta culture alli navalli ಬೆಳೆದಿರೋದು ನಾವು ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ. ಬಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಈ ಜರ್ನಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಈ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಂಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಥ್ರಿಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್. ಎಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಪ್ಗಳು ಏನೇನು ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಐ ಫೀಲ್ ಥ್ರಿಲ್. ಲೆಟ್ ಮಿ ಕಮ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್. ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಪ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಒನ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಐ ಲರ್ನ್ಡ್, ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಡನ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ನಾವು ಅಬೌಟ್ 7 ಏನೋ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಪ್ಸ್. ಎಷ್ಟು ಲೆವೆಲ್ಗೆ ತಂದ್ಕೊಂಡ್ವಿ ಅಂದರೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಲಾಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇವತ್ತು ನನ್ಗೆ ದುಡ್ಡು ಮಾಡೋದು ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ನನ್ನ ಕಂಪ್ನೀಸ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಶ್ಯೂರ್ ಟುಡೇ ಇಫ್ ಐ ಸ್ಯಾಲ್ವೇಜ್ ನನ್ನ 100 ಕೋಟಿ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. But the issue is, how do you begin the startup? To the guys sitting backside. Startup ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದನೂ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ತಲೆಯಿಂದ ಈಚೆಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕು. So what I did was, whatever I am doing should be useful ಅನ್ನೋದು ಈ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ನೀವೇನೇ ಕಲೀರಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ನೀವು ನೋಡಿದ ಕಡೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಪ್ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಐ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ವಂಡರ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದಿ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಲೈಟ್ನಿಂಗು ಅದು ಇದು ಬರ್ತಿತ್ತಲ್ವಾ. ನೀವು ಆರಿಜಿನ್ ಆಫ್ ಅರ್ತ್ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಓದಿ, ಬಿಗ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ, ಆವಾಗ ಶಾಕ್ ವೇವ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಬಂದು ಶಾಕ್ ವೇವ್ಸ್ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಈ ಶಾಕ್ ವೇವ್ ಯಾವ ಮಟ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾರು ಅದನ್ನು ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸಿ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ 200-300 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದನೂ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ನಡೆದಿದೆ. ದೆನ್ ಐ ರಿಯಲೈಸ್ ಇಷ್ಟು ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್ ಇದ್ದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಮುಟ್ಟಾಳ್ರು ಇದನ್ನ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸಿಲ್ವಲ್ಲ ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೆನ್ ಐ ಗೇವ್ ದಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟಾಕ್ ಇನ್ 2000 ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ 10 ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಇಸ್ರೇಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಐ ಸೆಡ್ ಹೌ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ಮನಿ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಶಾಕ್ ವೇವ್ಸ್. ದಿಸ್ ವಾಸ್ ಮೈ ಟಾಕ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ವೆರಿ ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲರ್ ಟಾಕ್. ಟುಡೇ I don't know how many technologies. I have about 30 patents. Okay, medical field, you name it in those fields. ನಮ್ಮೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ಕೈ ನೋವು ಬಂದು ಅಣ್ಣ ನನ್ನ ಕೈ ನೋಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಶಾಕ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಆ ಲೆವೆಲ್ಗೆ ತಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಈ ಶಾಕ್ ವೇವ್ಸ್ನ. ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟ್ರೈಂಗ್ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿಸ್: ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್, ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಎ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್. ಲೆಟ್ ಮೀ ನೆರೇಟ್. ಐ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಸಿ, you know how the idea came. 1 second only I will say. I was watching Shivaji the Boss movie. This is Rajnikant. I am a great fan of Rajnikant. There was a scene of injection being given. This was 2011, Sunday, 5:30. Then in that there is a scene where injection is given. Suddenly it occurred to me, can I convert this shock into a shock tube? 5 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಇದು. So let me not go into theory. So I got all the about 12 varieties of syringes, and Monday morning 10 o'clock I had this Reddy tube on the table. What it means is, in the world, that is a world record of producing a shock wave by hand. Okay, so that was the world record. And that energy was equivalent to exploding 1/4 kg of RDX. That I was able to produce using a syringe. I will not go into the details of it. Then I realized, man, this is something. Then I am a perfect nationalist. I want the name of the country to be remembered when they use this. So I named it as Reddy tube. Reddy is not KPJ Reddy. It is Reddy is a generic Indian name. So now all over the world, they know that this is a Indian invention. And all my Japanese friends, Chinese friends, Israelis, even today, KP, how did we miss this? How did we miss this? It is so simple. Today there is no field where this is not going. Can you imagine? We have already started the artificial insemination gun using Reddy tube. I have already done about 80,000 cows ge insemination kottidivi. Iga central government is trying to adopt that as a national equipment. And ಇನ್ವೆನ್ಷನ್ 5 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಇಂದು. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ರೈತನಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ದಿನದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಲ್ ಓವರ್ ದಿ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ 500 ಕೋಟಿ ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ರೈತರಿಗೆ. ಸೊ ನನ್ನ ಸ್ಲೋಗನ್ ಏನು ಅಂದರೆ, ನನ್ನ ಗನ್ನನ್ನು ಅದನ್ನು ಸೂಪರ್ ಬುಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೆಸರು ಮಾಡಿ ಸೂಪರ್ ಬುಲ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ರೈತರು ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ 1,80,000 ಕೋಟಿ ಅಡಿಷನಲ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ವಿತೌಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಂಡಿಚರ್. ದೆನ್ ರೈತರು ಸಬ್ಸಿಡಿ ಕೇಳಲ್ಲ. ಮೇ ಬಿ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಆಫರ್ ಲೋನ್ ಟು ಮೋದಿಜಿ ಟು ರನ್ ದಿ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದಿ ಅದರ್. ನೌ ಐ ಸಿ 9 ಲಕ್ಷ ಹೆಕ್ಟೇರ್ಸು 10 ಲಕ್ಷ ಹೆಕ್ಟೇರ್ಸು ಇರಿಗೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಡ್ರಿಪ್ ಇರಿಗೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಡ್ರಿಪ್ ಪೈಪ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಗ್ ಆದಾಗ ಅದನ್ನು ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಕ್ಲೋರಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ಕ್ರೈಮ್ ವಾಟ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್. ಆ 50 ಲೀಟರ್ ಪರ್ ಏಕರ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನು 20 ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಡೆಸರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಐ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಫೈಡ್ ರೆಡಿ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್. And now what you do, just connect the ready tube and send out one shock wave through the tube, all the holes will open. So I have demonstrated this to about 10,000 farmers ge aglene demo agide. Adu ondu ek startup shuru agutte. Wherever you go, sir, we can use it. Then I have seen ನಮ್ಮೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ 5 ಜನ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಡಯಾಬಿಟಿಕ್ wounds. ಗ್ಯಾಂಗ್ರೀನ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಾಲ್ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. I said that's stupidity. So we invented wound healing device using Reddy tube. Today we are launching the company shortly. ಆ ಕಂಪ್ನಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನಂದು ಶಾಕ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ನಮ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ವಿತೌಟ್ ಎನಿ ಮೆಡಿಸನ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕ್ಯೂರ್ ದಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಅನಿಮಲ್ ಟ್ರಯಲ್ಸ್ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅದು ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅನದರ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಅಪ್. What I am trying to say, shockwave is a simple thing, but how do you use it is what you need. This is the idea to the students sitting here. You have hundreds of ideas in your brain. Think what is the use of them. Then you can open companies after companies. Then I am seeing there is a sociological problem. 22 years, these kids will gain a degree. Sorry, I will be taking few more minutes. They will get into IT. In the IT, there is a problem. 10 hours a day, they sit in front of the computer. There is a blood circulation shortage going to the lower portion of the body. Then there is a impotency problem shooting up. That's why you see enormous divorces, family problems are coming in. This is a very serious issue. So we address that. We have invented a device where you can cure it without any medication using Reddy tube again, and we are launching that company, and at the point of launching it is valued at 150 crore rupees. We are just going. That's the valuation of the company. So I can go on. How many now international workshops are held in the name of Reddy tube, Reddy tunnel, and they always say Indian invention. My heart fills with pride because our textbook has a thing, and thanks to SIT, they were the first people to buy Reddy tube. Okay, and thanks to Professor Kumar, and he initiated that. I don't think you will regret for having bought the Reddy tubes. Okay, one day you will open space, aerospace department, all that. So point is, anything I touched, I always thought, let me convert this into something useful. This is what it is. Now, if you come to my lab, I call it, now it is no more my lab, it's called IISc laboratory. I call that as a Alauddin's cave. You rub, you get a technology. You rub something, some other technology comes. I have 30 patents of applications. Each one is going as a device. We, in fact, just about 1.5 years ago, we launched liver problem. Nammooral kudkuru jasti. Kudiddene liver kettogi satogtare iವರು. ತಿರ್ಗಾ ಏನಾದರೂ ದುಡ್ಡು ಹಾಕಿ ಅದನ್ನು ರಿಪೇರಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ 1 ಕೋಟಿ ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಐ ಸೆಡ್ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಗಿವ್ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಟು ದಿ ಲಿವರ್, then liver will correct itself, then you don't have to do all this. So we have made the artificial liver, and this is undergoing pigs ಮೇಲೆ trials ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಹೈದರಾಬಾದ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. This is within 1.5 years we have developed the artificial liver, and the human trials will be done in Chandigarh, PG, that medical institute. With that, my company will be valued at 1,000 crore rupees is the value of that company. Okay. So company after company we are churning out. Then Always I tell to the students, whenever there is a disaster, there is an opportunity there. So Ukraine war, there is a mad fellow, Putin, is blasting out Ukraine. There he announced one thing, that he has a hypersonic missile. Hypersonic missile is the missile which can fly at 10,000 kilometers per hour. Nobody can stop it, nobody can detect it. So he can press a button, in 2 hours he can blow up the White House of America. Okay, that is the ability it has. But I doubt if Putin has, because close interactions with Russian scientists in the field, so I don't think they have that. But he's bluffing it. But whole world has become nervous. Immediately America announced, America, UK, Australia, they have formed a consortium 2 months ago, and they're trying to build those missiles. And it's incredible. Each one of them has worked with me, that UK, Australia, America, all of them, those scientists, we are very limited experts. So they have worked with me. Somehow somebody tracked my name. So I was approached. I think it has come from Delhi, right at the peak, PMO's office, that I should take up developing these missiles. Can you imagine what is the money they are offering into my company? It is 2,000 crore rupees they are planning to invest. And Modi ji has agreed. He has been told November 1st, Professor Reddy may launch the company in Gauri. You must inaugurate that. Modi ji has, in principle, has agreed to inaugurate. So we can really, I will be taking 100 acres land, building the thing, if everything goes well. Point I am trying to make is 35% fellow. Please don't forget this, 35%, so your marks have no correlations to what you can do. I always kept seeing Bengaluru, and there is a shortage of water. So look at this. Kaveri is drying up, Tamilians are becoming very agitated, so we will not have enough water in Kaveri. And we need at least about 30 to 40 TMC of water as we go along per day. Where do we bring? So we have put a startup, 4 friends of mine. I am an advisor, technical, whatever it is. You know what the money we have brought, we are putting in? It's a 2.5 lakh crore rupees is the project, sir. This is a startup, sir. We just launched that. This is what you can do with 35%. So we are doing it. We will bring in, I don't want to go details because that's still a lot of confidential stuff. We bring in something like 500 kilometers away, the water from there. And another 30 years, Bengaluru will have surplus water. But my intentions are very different. On the way, I will be traveling through my Tumakuru district. I will be traveling through, neighboring that area. 550 villages I want to give clean water because there is a fluoride problem there. So this is my take on that. Okay? And you cannot imagine what is the engineering challenge. We will be burying about 3.5 meter diameter, pipes, 10 of them buried, 10,000 acres I have to buy all the way. It's a mega project. We are doing this. And center has already given us clearance, and we are going with the state, we are doing all this. Point I am trying to repeatedly tell, sir, anything you are doing, ask a question, what for am I doing this? Otherwise, don't watch a movie, I say, don't waste your time studying. So please, always convert whatever you are doing into applications. So now I have about 30 to 40 applications sitting today. Today experiments are going on. That's a big challenge, sir. Mueller company, that's a Switzerland company, leader in the world. They say, can you do something? My experiments are on using shock tubes. We are trying to break that. Even bele madod kudanu marta idivi. We are also doing moringa. Moringa is the, nugge soppu. Nugge soppu is the highest demand in the international market. We are throwing it away. So now we have started a company. I am growing about 500 acres of nugge soppu in Gauri. Drying that, I am going to use my shock waves. Then Murugappa group. Murugappa is the biggest industrialist. He has 12,000 acres of tea. but he has a problem. His tea is not, prime tea. His rates are very low. He said, save us. So we have built two machines. One is in Gudlu, another near the Uti. They work. All that we do is when the tea bag comes from the land, we will give a shock. You see, you cannot imagine his tea now is 35 rupees per kilogram additional rate he gets. Best tea in the world. Because it produces a thing called polyphenol, and this is polyphenol is the antioxidant. Okay? Sir, where did I get this idea? It came from my mother, my grandmother. ನಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪನೂ ಅಮ್ಮ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಜಗಳ ಮಾಡೋದು ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪನು ನೀನ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ನಮ್ಮ ಅಮ್ಮನ ತರ ಬೇಳೆ ಸಾರು ಮಾಡಕ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ ಇದು ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಗಳಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ನಾನು ಐ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಥಿಂಕ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದಿ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಲೇಡಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಮೈ ಮದರ್ ಐ ರಿಯಲೈಸ್ ಮೈ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮದರ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಕ್ರಶ್ ದಿ ಯಾವುದು ನಿಮ್ದು ಬೆಳ್ಳುಳ್ಳಿ ಈರುಳ್ಳಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಜಜ್ಜೋರು ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಾಡ್ರನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರು ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಚಾಕರಲ್ಲಿ ಕುಯ್ಯೋದು ದೆನ್ ಐ ಅನಲೈಸ್ ಆಸ್ ಐ ಗ್ರೂ ಅಪ್ ದಟ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ಹಿಟ್ the pain ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಆ ಪೇನ್ ಅನ್ನು ತಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಕ್ಕೆ it produces a chemical called polyphenol and this is the chemical which is antioxidant ಅದನ್ನು ತಿನ್ನೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ರುಚಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಇದೇ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಈಗ ಟೀಗೆ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಸೊ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟ್ರೈಂಗ್ ಟು ಸೇ ಇಸ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಯು ಸಿ try to apply sir because of my father mother jagala. Today I have the technology which I will be selling. Dubai, there will be office. All over the world, tea gardens will be using. For your information, tea industry, in last 150 years, there is no change in the technology. This will be the first technological change it is going in. So, sir, I feel everything can be used, whatever you do. I can go on. How many technologies, sir, today we have? Sir, ನಾವು ಇವರು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಹಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡ್ರ್ಯಾಗನ್ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ ಬೆಳೆಯೋಕ್ಕೆ ಆ ಕಲ್ಲುಗಳು ಇಡ್ತಾರೆ ದಟ್ ಕಲ್ಲು ಇಸ್ ಎ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸ್ಪಾಯ್ಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೊ ಈಗ ನೀಲಗಿರಿನ ತಗೊಂಡು ವಿ ಹವ್ ಬಿಲ್ಟ್ ಎ ಮೆಷಿನ್ ವೇರ್ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಪಂಪ್ ಇನ್ ಪ್ರಿಸರ್ವೇಟಿವ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಬ್ಯಾಂಬೂ ನೀಲಗಿರಿ ವುಡ್ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ದಟ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ವುಡ್ ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವು ವಿ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರಾಪಗೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಬೂ ಆಸ್ ಎ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್. It will be replacing the iron one day because we can put such a material, this bamboo will never decay. That machines we have done and now bamboo we are, in Gauribnur itself, I have started a bamboo program with MLA. We have already planted 700 or 800 acres of bamboo. Another 2,000 acres we are planting. Bamboo will be the gold of the future. Because our technology can make it such a way, no decay can take place and it will be strongest you can have. Sir, technology has to be done. Startup after startup you can do it. And believe me, I have not taken even single rupee investment from anybody for my startups. All our own money, we do that. Last, I will tell one thing. I think my time is up. Okay. Last one. I went to my village one day. My cousin came, ಕಲಿದೇವಪುರದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವನು ಸಪ್ಪಗಿದ್ದ ಯಾಕ ರಾಜು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವನು ಹೇಳ್ದ ನಂದು ಬೋರ್ವೆಲ್ ಒಣಗೋಯ್ತು ಅದರಿಂದ ನನ್ನ 3 ಎಕರೆ ಬಾಳೆ ತೋಟ ಒಣಗೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇ ಐ ವೆಂಟ್ ಟು IISc, ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ದಿ ಡ್ರೈ ಬೋರ್ವೆಲ್ ಇನ್ IISc 350 acres ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಒಣಗಿರೋ ಬೋರ್ವೆಲ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹ್ಯೂಜ್ ಶಾಕ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಇದನ್ನ ಟ್ರಕ್ಕಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕೊಂಡೋಗಿ 3 ಶಾಟ್ ಹೊಡೆದ್ರೆ ಬೋರ್ವೆಲ್ಗೆ 4ನೇ ಶಾಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀರು ಮೇಲೆ ಬಂತು ಸರ್. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇಟ್ does is because of the shock wave going, the pressure acts on the surface so much, it will open up all the cracks, then the water will flow in. I thought my 100 crores is here now because every ಊರಲ್ಲಿ 1000 borewell ಒಣಗ್ಕೂತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So I thought, I decided to put it on a truck, take it and do. Suddenly one evening occurred to me, if I do this, all the water in the ground will be exploited now. My grandchildren will have no water. So believe me, I buried and finished. Then somehow government came to know about it. Then I was asked, can you use this to bring the oil out? ONGC came in, gave me 70 crores and Modi ji came all the way from from Delhi. In my office, MOU was signed in front of him. That is the classic paper when you look into the net. You will see Modi standing, I am sitting and signing. That has become a classic paper, photograph, and with 70 crore rupees we did the job in Ahmedabad. Today, India is the only country which has this technology of fracking without using water, okay? This will save all the groundwater and everything. Oil wells will be rejuvenating all this. Sir, this technology is the most prized technology, and this is my company. Using that, we are trying to do the blasting in the granite quarries without explosives, everything. I can go on saying, especially to the people, engineering kids, you are here, don't waste time trying to say I should get 99%, then you will be an employee of the fellow who has failed. Okay, try to look at what am I doing, what is the use of this. You see, Science Center when I built, now World Bank is asking, they want to take this one to 10 cities in Africa, 10 countries. They say, set up a startup, now build this each Science Center, 100 crores, 200 crores, sir. So anything you do, there is a market there. So with my humble suggestion to you is, don't worry if you have scored second class or third class or whatever it is, go after realities. And money is the last thing you should worry about. You don't really need money. Once you are brainy, it will come by itself. And I can narrate so many things what we are doing, but that's not the time. So with these few words, I am sure some of you will get some inspiration. Any one of you, if you want to talk to me, I am available. Just come in. I am a nearby village. I have a farmhouse. Just come weekends. I can take you through the whatever it is. So with these few words, I would like to thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity and the listeners, and all the best. Next year you should say we have 20 or 30 startups in SIT. Okay? Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you for the motivational and inspiring words, sir. Book of Abstracts in any conference presents a sneak peek into the research works deliberated, discussed, presented and critiqued during the days of the conference. The book serves as an official record of the emerging thoughts captured during the conference. I request Dr. Shivakumaraya, CEO, SIT Tumakuru, to release the Book of Abstracts of the 12th KSTA National Conference on Science and Technology for Startups 2022. I request all the dignitaries on the dais to join him. In order to provide higher education to the rural students nearer to their doors of their living, Shri Siddaganga Education Society was established in 1963 with its headquarters at Shri Siddaganga Mutt. Today, the society runs more than 125 educational institutions, and most of them are imparting primary and secondary education, mostly located in rural areas. We are very honored to have amongst us Shri T.K. Nanjundappa, Secretary of Shri Siddaganga Education Society, who is a great motivator and extends wholehearted support to all the activities of SIT. I request him to deliver the presidential address.
I offer my humble pronouns to our Reverend Founder President, His Holiness Shri Shivakumara Swamigalu, and His Holiness Shri Siddhalinga Swamiji, our Reverend President. Respected Chief Guest, Shri G.B. Ganesh, our proud alumnus and our citizen as well as all of us representatives in the legislature, Professor Ayyappan, Chairman, Karnataka Science and Technology Academy, respected Dr. KPJ Reddy, former professor, Department of Aerospace, Indian Institute of Science, Bengaluru. Dr. A.M. Ramesh, CEO, KSTA, Dr. Shivkumaraya, CEO, SIT, Professor S.V. Dinesh, Principal, SIT, delegates, heads of department, faculty and staff members of SIT family, invitees and friends from media, good morning to all of you. I am immensely happy to participate in the inaugural function of National Conference on Science and Technology for Startups being organized jointly by Karnataka Science and Technology Academy, Government of Karnataka, Bengaluru, and Siddaganga Institute of Technology. I congratulate Karnataka Science and Technology Academy, Government of Karnataka, and Siddaganga Technology Business Incubator, SIT, for jointly organizing this conference with highly relevant theme, Science and Technology for Startups. On behalf of Shri Siddaganga Education Society and SIT, I express profound gratitude to Dr. S. Ayyappan, Chairman, Karnataka Science and Technology Association, for providing us an opportunity to organize this conference. I extend my warm greetings to Dr. KPJ Reddy, who has delivered an enthralling keynote address, Shri Jyothi Ganesh, who has inaugurated the conference, and the distinguished resource persons who will be delivering expert talks and distinguished experts participating in panel discussion. I am happy to learn that about 85 research findings and projects of young researchers and students are being presented in the form of posters, and the best poster selected will be awarded cash prizes. Today, innovation plays a pivotal role for economic growth, enhanced competitiveness and development of a nation. According to United Nations Organization, creativity and innovation are the main drivers of the world economy. The future of any economy rests on the foundation of the robust education system. This is the core belief of Intel Corporate, which continuously is sponsoring the educational programs. Every year, it invests $100 million in universities and colleges to teach the students and help them to innovate the areas of mathematics, science, and technology. Also, the other large industrial firms have huge research and development facilities where great innovations are created. The new education policy 2020 has laid emphasis on the higher education institutions to contribute to innovation. The education system has to prepare the students to meet the challenges of 21st century. The education institutions have the responsibility of providing a suitable ecosystem for fostering the creativity and innovation among the students. The NEP also calls for innovation in higher education institutions by setting up incubation centers to support startups, establishing industry academia linkages, and hand-holding of incubators. Therefore, the higher education institution should promote creativity among students and faculty and include innovation and entrepreneurship in the curriculum, pedagogy, and assessment. I am happy to note that SIT being an autonomous institution, has included a course on the entrepreneurship in the curriculum and teaching it even before National Education Policy 2020 released. Creativity is about acquiring knowledge, evolving culture, and accomplishing complex tasks and activities, thus enabling the world to make progress. Innovation is something new, novel, and different. Creativity is the generation of ideas, and innovation deals with the implementation of these ideas. Many people think that innovation is about eureka, but the truth is innovation is incremental and serendipitous. It is gradual and often a painful process. I believe that the opportunity is all around us. We are often blind to these opportunities. Schumpeter related the economic competitiveness and growth of a nation to the generation of ideas and implementation of most promising ideas. Schumpeter also recognized innovation as a process of creative destruction, and in his view, entrepreneurs are the drivers of creating economic growth by the disruptive process. The innovation is seen as technology commercialization through new products and services. To name a few examples of disruptions leading to innovations are photography, films displaced digital media, displaced by digital media, newspaper, daily newspaper displaced by digital news media, retail, books, stores, and many other retail establishments are displaced by online shopping. Computers, mainframes evolved to mini computers, to workstations, to personal computers, tablets, and smartphones. Software applications displayed by the cloud. In setting up an enterprise in his or own country also reflects the patriotism. I am tempted to mention the patriotism exhibited by Taiwanese scholars. In Taiwan, the Modern Engineering Technology Seminar is being held biannually, in which scholars and experts of Taiwan and China origin travel from United States of America by incurring half of their own cost of travel to engage sessions. I quote the Taiwanese scholars, "It was certainly done out of patriotism." Another man says, "I just hoped I could do work that would benefit my country." Working for a foreign company would give me an inexplicable feeling of exclusion because I would not like doing things for foreigners. There are no roots working for foreign company, only a sense of loss. They have also made sacrifice for the country, sometimes even leaving lucrative jobs for training and transferring the technology. This may prevent brain drain and reverse the brain drain. It is also heartening to learn that the displaced technologies and succeeded entrepreneurs are delivering talks related to entrepreneurship and startup ecosystem in the conference. I am sure that a few of the young delegates will get inspired by their talks and take up entrepreneurship as a career option. I am happy that SIT has recently started a technology business incubator to support and nurture technology-based startups. It is one of the novel initiatives of SIT to motivate young minds in and around Tumakuru to take up entrepreneurship and help in realizing the vision has recently of our Honorable Prime Minister a technology Narendra Modi Incubator Atmanirbhar Bharat by Technology in India initiative. It is one of the novel initiatives is strewn with risks. The ability to take such risks is the first step in the success of the entrepreneur of his business venture. Dear delegates, prepare yourself to take risks and be successful. Thank you all.
Thank you for your valuable words, sir. Now, I request Dr. Sumati, Professor, Department of CSE, SIT, to deliver word of thanks.
Good morning, one and all. Respected dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, I feel honored and privileged to propose vote of thanks on the occasion of inauguration of 12th National Conference on Science and Technology for Startups, jointly organized by Karnataka Science and Technology Academy and Siddaganga Technology Business Incubator, Siddaganga Institute of Technology, Tumakuru. At the outset, I thank profusely Shri Jyothi Ganesh, Member of Legislative Assembly, Tumakuru, for accepting our invitation and delivering the inaugural address. Thank you very much, sir, for gracing the occasion. I request you to accept the memento as a token of respect. On this occasion, I take immense pleasure in extending my sincere thanks to Professor S. Ayyappan, Padma Shri Awardee, Chairman, KSTA, Bengaluru, for providing an opportunity to host this conference at SIT. Also, we are thankful for his wholehearted support, constant encouragement, motivation, and guidance with respect to STBI activities. We will ever remain grateful to you, sir, and we thank you for being with us today. Our heartfelt thanks goes to today's distinguished speaker, Dr. KPJ Reddy, former professor, Department of Aerospace Engineering, IISc Bengaluru, for his kind acceptance to grace the occasion and for having delivered keynote address. We are extremely grateful to Shri T.K. Nanjundappa, Honorable Secretary, Shri Siddaganga Education Society, for gracing the occasion and delivering the presidential address. My deep gratitude to Dr. A.M. Ramesh, CEO, KSTA Bengaluru, for enormous cooperation and constant guidance at all the stages of the conference. I wish to express my heartfelt thanks to Dr. A.M. Ramesh on this occasion. I express my deep gratitude to Dr. Shivakumaraya, CEO, SIT. He has been the driving force behind this whole process. I thank him for the efforts he has put and for his support, encouragement, guidance for making this event a grand success. Respected Principal, Dr. S.V. Dinesh is the one who motivated and encouraged to organize this conference. I take this opportunity to express my sincere thanks to Dr. S.V. Dinesh for his cooperation and unstinted support at various stages. Our special thanks to Dr. Lohit, convener of this conference, and Faculty Coordinator STBI for meticulously planning and taking interest in all the activities with respect to this conference. I thank him for handling the innovation activities in TBI since its inception. I thank Mr. Anand, Scientific Officer, KSTA, for all his support and cooperation for organizing the conference. I thank Mr. Puneet, Incubation Manager, STBI, for coordinating and executing all the conference activities. Thank you, Mr. Puneet, for all your efforts. I will be failing in my duties if I don't thank all the participants who have come to participate in this conference. Thank you for your participation. I thank KSTA members, jury members, technical experts, student volunteers for their kind support. I thank all HODs, deans, faculty members, conveners and members of various committees for making the grand success of the conference. I thank Hostel Chief Warden and her team for providing delicious food. I also thank the CMD and its entire team for their support. I thank print and electronic media for providing publicity. I thank you all for being with us and wish you 2 days of fruitful panel discussions and debates ahead. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, ma'am. Before we break, we have a couple of announcements. The next session shall begin at 12:15 and I request all of you to assemble back in the auditorium well in advance. An exhibition of the posters is arranged at the exhibition hall, 3rd floor, School of Architecture building, and several startup stalls have been exhibited in the basketball court opposite to the auditorium. We request all the delegates, students and invitees to visit the exhibition and the stalls at your convenience. Lunch will be served at Basaveshwara Hostel Block from 1:15 p.m. onwards. Once again, I thank all the dignitaries on the dais and off the dais for making the event a grand success. Thank you all. I request all the participants, students and delegates to enjoy the tea outside the auditorium and get back soon.
Thank you, exactly. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you. ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಸರ್, ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರಿ ಸರ್, ಇಸ್ಕೊತೀನಿ. ಪುನೀತೆಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇವತ್ತು ಇಸ್ಕೊತೀನಿ. ನಾನು ಚೆಂಬರ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರಲ್ಲ.